Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.
This episode of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show is sponsored by SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the #1 platform to browse, discover, and experience best events in town, all in the palm of your hand. From heart-pounding concerts that can make you dance to nail-biting sports games that can keep you on the edge of your seat. SeatGeek has it all, from exclusive deals and personalized recommendations tailored just for you. Use the promo code DHopkins and get $20 off your first purchase. So join the movement. SeatGeek. Get up, get out, and get tickets. Are you ready to take your energy to the next level? W Energy is a proud sponsor of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show, your go-to source for all things sports. W Energy isn't just another drink. It's packed with natural ingredients, zero sugar, and no fillers. Whether you're training like me, grinding through work, or just leveling up on your favorite game, W got you covered. The Darion Hopkins Sports Show is powered by W Energy, and you can be too. Experience the sustained energy and enhanced focus to keep me at the top of my game. Here's an exclusive offer for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show fans. Using promo code DHopkins at checkout and get 10% off your first purchase. So don't wait. Boost your energy and take the world today. W Energy. Fuel your greatness every step of the way. What's up, man? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here and we are live for another edition of the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. I'm your host, Darion, the Darion Hopkins Sports Show, and I have my co-host here, Mr. Brian Snow from Snow in the Morning. And just to let y'all know, I will be having a special guest up here from the Raider Nation hotspot. He'll be joining us just to talk about some topics as well. He is on the West Coast, so he did let me know when he was going to be on. So when he hops on. So shout out to Raider Nation Hotspot, a part of my Nothing But Raider podcast to come on here to just talk sports, nothing Raiders, just talk football, talk basketball. Did not want no man thinking that I'm being biased because of that. No, he's just a partner of mine.
Okay, wait a minute. You don't want me thinking you're biased, considering the fact you have a background behind you that is all silver and black.
I mean, listen. Hey, listen, if once
I've been on this show and have picked on you
about make a background like this of 49er stuff, then we can talk.
Well, considering the fact my wife loves the 49ers and she's building me a new office and she gave me some suggestions, in the next few days you will.
See, listen. That's just what it is, man. That's just what it is. And speaking of the man of the hour, my boy Raider Nation hotspot. Hopefully, we'll make sure. Thumbs up. You good, man? To make sure he give me a thumbs up before I bring him on up here. But oh my God! So we just waiting for him to get back on. So we not going to do that. We not going to do that to him. But make sure y'all hit the like button.
Oh yes, we are.
Make sure y'all follow us on social media. Y'all see both of them down there as well. You see both our social media platforms down there. So make sure y'all go follow us on there. Go to SeatGeek.com and use the promo code DHopkins. And what's yours? What's yours, bro?
Snowman Multimedia.
Yeah. So Go to Snowman Multimedia for SeatGeek, or you go to Darion Hopkins Sports Show. You can use D Hopkins. $20 off your first purchase. Same thing for Snowman Multimedia. $20 off your first purchase. NFL season is coming around, so if you want to get your tickets, make sure you want to go get those and use both of those there on SeatGeek.
We begin the road to New Orleans.
Yeah, man. What's going on, RC? RC, what's going on? But we definitely are in the building. And just to let you know, Wednesday, this episode will be on the Block 105 radio on Wednesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure y'all take a listen to
so
this
that means I can't say any crazy words
on the Block 105 radio. And hopefully when I get on Snowman's radio station back starting in September, it's going to be really fun to do. But
Labor Day, you'll catch Darion Hopkins on Snowman Multimedia Sports Network 5 days a week.
Well, I don't know about 5 days a week, but I mean, because NFL season around the corner. I don't know if I can be on there 5 days a week, but I definitely will be on there probably once or twice.
Trust me.
Okay, listen,
consider it.
What? Listen, that's all I'm saying to you, brother. That's all I'm saying to you. So we all good, brother. We all good. All
ready?
Right. Without further ado, one of my co-hosts, one of the 3 or 4 co-hosts for Nothing But Raider podcast, but he has his own YouTube channel at the Raider Nation Hotspot. Great content over there, my boy Beavers. What's going on, man? What's up?
What's up, people?
What's goody? How you doing today, man? I'm gonna fix this.
Good.
Matter of fact,
good. Happy to be here. For sure.
Hey, good to meet you, man. Good to meet you.
Yeah, that's my boy Snowman Multimedia. We got a lot to talk about today. I know I put I know it was a lot of topics that I did send to y'all, but oh well. I didn't do it. Oh well. Matter of fact, I might have to change.
You realize, Darion, I got a fully loaded soundboard over here ready for you.
Listen.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he's the king of soundboards. If you
see.
You will understand the more you see him on here. Here he go.
You got jokes.
Here, see, this is what I deal with on the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. This is what I deal with.
You started it.
You said it. You said it. So you're not gonna sit here and do that.
Travesty.
But
no, it's a travesty of what's on the Madden cover that Darion yelled at me about.
Okay, just to let you know how Beavers, this man is a 49ers fan, so he's going to troll.
Oh God.
Yeah, right. He's going to troll. So
I have 2 reasons why I'm trolling the Raiders. 1, they're not in Oakland, and 2, they're not in Los Angeles where they belong.
Okay.
And 3,
some might say that, or others might say we have the best stadium and the best city, and as for
who told that lie?
Team in the whole country.
We've seen.
I don't know, Bill Belichick. I guess he was just playing when he came to see our facilities.
It's Bill Belichick. Does that tell you anything?
He doesn't ever talk.
The
one thing he busted out to say was, "Wait a minute, this is the best facility I've ever seen in my life."
You guys have
still live in a
reasons to be mad
old
at Bill Belichick from January of 2002.
Sweaty.
Find the lie.
All right, listen, I'm done with you Niner fans, man. We moved on. Okay, bigger, better things.
I'm tired of arguing. I argue with him every week on this show.
Y'all can't tell that. You can't tell that lie with that 2-foot smile on your face, man.
Listen, I always smile. Especially in the presence of Niner fans.
I know it.
But gives me an extra little something.
It's all good though. But it's all fun with us. We'll talk about on Nothing But Raider podcast what Colin Cowher had to say about our Raiders. I heard it on JT the Brick Show. So we'll Nothing But Raider podcast tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You definitely don't want to miss that because
I have to hear.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Ripping a new hole into Colin Cowher's mouth. Yeah, I'm gonna just punch him in the mouth when I talk about it tomorrow. It's gonna be definitely.
It's a hot mess.
Just make sure you pack a lot of brass knuckles in those boxing gloves. Okay?
Oh, sure, absolutely. I might do the Logan Paul at SummerSlam.
I have a few punches of my own to deliver to Mr. Colin Cowherd.
Doesn't everybody?
Yeah, right. That's.
I mean,
that's absolutely true.
Look, since the ESPN days, okay.
Yeah. But let's get down to this topic, and I know I've actually reiterated this topic so many times on social media about this whole women's boxing thing at the Olympics, right? So about the gender dispute that's going to remain in the Olympic Games. Let me just people give y'all an understanding of what this story is really about.
All right.
This story is really about a woman boxer that's from Algeria that was born with more testosterone than estrogen. She was never born a man. She was born with more XY chromosomes. So 46 seconds within the fight, the woman quit. The woman quit because she felt as though she was taking too many hard blows because of that. I don't know if y'all read the article on it, but I feel as though now they're trying to make it seem like it's a bigger issue where they allow her to be in almost 20 fights, and she lost to 9 women already, even though she has XY chromosomes. So I'm really confused on that. And I have talked about this many a times. This is a woman. The father has came out and said that she was born woman. She has a period. She can have kids, all of that. Just because she's born with more testosterone than estrogen does not make her a man, because she didn't inject it in herself to become a man, or a man injecting estrogen to herself become a trans woman. So when it comes to this, and when it comes to this as well, I seen an article the other boxer has apologized for misgendering her, because in Algeria they don't allow that and they go to jail if you're a transgender. So, Snowman, I'm gonna start with you first on this.
Yes, sir.
What is your thoughts on this gender dispute thing? Because they trying to say that they were trying to say that she was ineligible to be in the Olympics, but at the same time she met all the eligibility criteria according to the International Olympic Committee that stated earlier today. So
did she
what is your thoughts on this story in itself?
Did she compete in the Olympics?
Yes.
Did she pick up a victory?
The girl quit in 46 seconds.
The girl that quit in 46 seconds.
Yeah.
And that's that. Matter of fact, let me go Mortal Kombat on that ass.
Fatality.
There. You want my thoughts? Bingo.
No, but this whole thing of Logan Paul and Jake Paul going on Twitter talking about transgender shit and be able to fight in this situation. But this situation is not even about transgenders. They just try to throw it out there.
You know what?
That's the argument they want to have. If they do, then we can talk about that. I mean, we can talk about it, scientifically and stuff. I mean, so, the guidelines for IOC means that a transgender woman needs to demonstrate that they have the hormone levels, testosterone levels that are low, below, super low for a year. And I don't know
that
if
should be the only
people
question.
Understand what that does to someone's body and how that impacts their ability to retain muscle mass and strength and endurance and all that stuff. It's a net huge negative. So yeah, I think there's one perception and then there's the actual science of what happens, and they're different. So
but she met the guidelines. She met the
guidelines. She's not even going through that, right?
Look, it's okay to Let me find this button here. I have yet to play this one for Darion on the show, but I think this one is necessary, and it ain't the Jeopardy music. Trust me, I already.
Oh my
played
God,
it. It's
I'm
not
nervous
that
for
one.
that
It's not that one. It's Logan and Jake Paul for seeing the success of someone that was mislabeled. It's like they're saying,
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
because they're not getting their way. That's part one. Part two, they're both saying,
I've never been so humiliated in all my life.
because they got socked, because they verbally and twitterly got socked in the mouth.
Agreed.
Find the lie.
Agreed. I mean, Logan Paul, you did lose you lose that SummerSlam. So I mean, you lost to LA Knight. That's one of my favorites. So if you know whoever in the chat know who LA Knight is, I'm happy that he won. I'm happy that he beat Logan Paul.
I'm happy LA.
I love LA.
May I invoke Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I said that on my Twitter. I said on my Twitter that he does have the way he talks. Mm-hmm. It gives off Stone Cold Steve Austin in some ways.
I'm glad LA Knight.
I kind of like it, like a modern day Stone Cold. It's like I wouldn't say PG-13 because wrestling is not really PG-13, but
not anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's not PG-13 anymore. But I kind of like the way they have LA Knight right now. I kind of like it. So
he stomped a mud hole in his ass and walked it dry. Period. End of story. That's that.
So. I mean, I saw just before we go into our next topic, I wanted to throw it out there that ESPN did have a video of her in an interview, which she's from Algeria, so she has a different language, but they did have the subtitle at the bottom saying that they need to put a stop to bullying because now she's being bullied because of this, and now it's gonna be they're saying it's gonna be hard for her to compete because they try to identify her as the wrong gender, everything of this nature. So I understand if this was like a Leah Thomas situation where this person was actually a transgender male that transitioned to a woman and tried to be on the women's swim team at the University of Penn and try to go into the Olympics. I understand that because I don't agree with that at all. I don't. Do I have anything against transgenders? No, I don't. But do I feel like transgenders should have their own ways of playing sports against, the hetero or cisgender people? Yeah, I think they should have their own sports. They transgenders against transgenders. That's just my personal opinion. That's just me. But I just feel like if it's this is not the case. But if this was a Leah Thomas case, then we might have a different conversation here. But it's not that. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, stop the bullying. She never was born male. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? She was born with that disease. I have a friend. I don't know if you know her, Snowman, Key Williams from Key in the Building.
Yeah.
She's born female, had a child and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But she grows a lot of hair. She was born with more testosterone and estrogen, and she have to take pills to try to level that out.
Right.
Doesn't make her a man.
It happens, okay? I mean, people just need to get over themselves.
Yeah, it's a scale, bro. So
people just need to get over themselves.
They do. And they made it a big thing on social media, especially Twitter. Twitter was a big thing. My God.
Which is why I don't communicate on Twitter.
And it was a few people that I actually followed in this sports community that had to unfollow because they just didn't understand what was being comprehended to me. And the fact that you just calling a person transgender and you don't know what the heck a transgender is, then you you don't need to talk about it.
If you don't know or don't research, this is what my dad and my wife have taught me. If you don't know or you don't research it, shut up.
That part. That part.
If you don't know or don't research it, shut up. And I can't, since this is being re-aired on a radio station, I can't push the button I really want to push.
It's on the internet radio, so listen, go ahead. They play all kinds of crazy gangster music and stuff on that radio. Go ahead.
Then I
Go
got
ahead.
then I got this for the Pauls in terms of their attitude.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Only snow. Listen, make sure y'all go check out Snowman in the morning every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right now. Snowman Multimedia's YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
Yes.
The soundbites that he has over there is just even crazier. But moving on.
The look on Darion's face when he said, but moving on, and he threw his neck out there and his eyes got wide because I had the feeling he peeked at my board and saw I was loading up some more stuff.
Yeah. So moving on at this point. Simone Biles,
Man.
This woman, I understand that she just won silver on the floor, and she did fall off the beam earlier today. Her and Suni Lee both fell off the beam today, but this girl is winning gold after gold after gold.
Yeah.
Is she one?
I mean,
the question for y'all is she's one of the greatest athletes of all time when it comes to this, because even before her, it was Gabby Douglas, you know.
Yeah.
So if we did have to break her one of the greatest of all time, where would you put her? Like, what ranking would you put her?
I think that she's in the. I have a class. This is the Serena class. It's when you're the best at your sport, regardless of gender. And that's basically what Serena is, what Simone is at this point. Her achievements are crazy. Let's see, like 25 medals at the World Championships.
Mm-hmm.
I think she started this thing with like 7 medals, and she's going to add more in this Olympics. She's dominant in multiple different areas, right? Not just, she's an all-around, master, and so because of that and that, there's no one else that dominated like she has in this sport.
Nope.
Period.
Right.
And so, her and Serena are by themselves. It's just like absolutely outsizing any other competition in their sport like no other. It's like the closest thing after that is probably maybe what Jerry Rice did in football or what Wayne Gretzky did in hockey. Right. So, yeah.
Do we
just talk about just athletes, not just about gender. Oh, go ahead, Snowman. Go ahead. My bad.
Do we mention Michael Jordan in this conversation also?
Because Michael Jordan is good, but he's not as, I don't see him as so far away from his competition as these people were.
Oh, you're
right?
doing it.
Yeah, he was really good, but there were players that are at least in the same arena, right?
Such as,
terrible, right? We can get into it, but I think that Kareem and has a strong argument.
Captain Skyhook. Okay, I will not argue. I have been humbled by number 33.
Another female that I think is moving into that space is Clarissa Shields, and as far as a combat fighter, her dominance is pretty unparalleled. She may be the most dominant combat fighter that we've seen. So, what's up, ladies? Good job. Yeah, but this is it's fun to watch.
It is. It's very fun to watch.
Yeah, it's fun to watch with her, especially her getting a silver on the floor was kind of surprising to me, because that's where she's really great at when she's on the floor. So for her to get a silver instead of a gold was kind of shocking to me, but I understand. It's part of it. She still gets a medal regardless. She was in the top 3 of it, even though she didn't get for the balance beam, but it's okay. It's absolutely fine. But for me, I have to put her up there in like probably, I can't say top 5, but she's definitely damn near top 10 all-time athlete. I don't care if it's male or female. Because what she done every single time she gets out on the floor, world championships, Olympics, after Olympics, nobody's beating her. Like, she might have beat herself because
she stepped away she stepped away 4 years ago because she was in a bad headspace.
Right.
My wife and I talked about this, and when you're not in a good headspace, you step away until you get what's the word Jody used? Recalibrated. I beg your pardon. Boy, is she ever recalibrated. And then some.
Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Yeah, that worked. Yeah, it's it's her, Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt are be like the most dominant Olympians, I think, that we've had. And then, I just think that what she
new faces too, like
carry
Noah
team.
Lyles, which we'll get into next, is Sha'Carri Richardson that's going to come up right behind them. So
Let's talk about
I'm waiting for Richardson to really bust on the scene after all that she's been. There's what do the young guys say? There's levels to this. She's at a level where she's like knocking on the door, but wait till Los Angeles. That is all I will say.
Yeah, you're probably right there. Yeah, she's gonna kill it.
Her first, I think that's really impressive. But the girl from St. Lucia was just—I don't know if y'all watched that race, but the girl from St. Lucia was just—he just came out the gate leading the whole time. Sha'Carri had a slow start,
as always.
He almost got there, but
the
girl from St. Lucia, like, my God. But
well, she still has faster times to run, which is nice.
She's got faster times to run, and she's got records to break.
Which I think she will, especially when it's going to be at LA. Olympics going to be definitely good at LA, but I don't know if it'll be good as Paris though. Paris is pretty good this year when it comes
Los
to
Angeles.
Did you say LA? Yeah,
let me
got this.
No,
I get
it.
Los Angeles is going to blow away Paris.
I don't know.
He is.
No, you don't understand, bro.
You want
Olympics I've seen this year. In Tokyo wasn't even this competitive.
You're talking about show production in Hollywood.
How the Super Bowl was.
This is what we do, man. This is what we do, man.
Think of how it was for Super Bowl 56 in Inglewood. Okay, when the Olympics come to Los Angeles in 4 years, buckle up.
It's going to be the first
all I got to
fully
say.
Modern Olympics. We're going to show everybody how it's done.
Buckle up, man.
Yeah,
buckle up. It's going to be something else.
So let's move on then. Let's move on. Let's keep it where the Olympics is at. And that's Noah Lyles. I don't know if y'all saw the 100-meter race. A lot of controversy towards this.
Yeah.
And me personally, I watched
Not
it.
for me. Lyles won, and that's that.
No. We're not going to just do that. We're not just going to do that. Because I understand this is USA bias from Brian Snow right now.
This is me just
USA bias.
This is me just picking at you, right?
To be honest with you.
This is me just picking at you right now.
He won. That's how bad the controversy was. He didn't know he won. He thought the guy from Jamaica won.
It's not like that. Well, your feet don't count, so
it goes by. They said it goes off torso, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's track, it's torso. You got to lean. That's what the lean is for.
As I said,
veterans know how to lean.
And
it still was kind of like, if you look at it in regular speed and you're watching this live, your first thought was, oh, the guy from Jamaica won.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Be like that. Yeah.
Noah started out slow. Don't get me wrong. He started out slow.
Yeah.
And he got back.
Always.
But the more that I saw in that time in the live speed, at first I'm like, oh damn, the Jamaican boy won. That's my first initial thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I found out that Noah won and they slowed it down, okay, the tippy toe got it, but the foot was way crossed from the guy from Jamaica, but they don't go off the foot; it goes off the torso.
Yeah,
and
you can kick your feet out, and so to stop that, you got to lean. Yeah, it's torso.
And a lot of people, even the guy from the guy from NBC that actually did the commentary, he said he felt like they got it wrong. I mean,
maybe he doesn't.
There's so many pictures that came out and saying that it was rigged, the fix was in. Da 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 da. If that's
Pictures
what,
are clear though.
if that's what they decided to pick Noah for, I mean, you can't be mad at that.
A
Noah didn't
question
even
that I
know he won until
posed.
the numbers came out.
A question that I posed earlier in the show, which is going to make Darion laugh again.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
Jesus Christ.
There is a picture. It's a clear picture. That's why they have a photo finish. You just look at that photo, you'll see how they finish. It's cool. Yeah. So
But they consider it as a controversy win, but we just saw Noah Lyles just blow the people out in the semifinal for the 200. So
Case rest.
I mean,
no, that was the whole race was close. Did you like sixth place was like one step behind them? It was crazy.
But I
You
didn't
don't
know.
usually see races.
I didn't know it was the main one that actually was out front in that 200. That just the other I forgot what the guy name was, but he was right next to him on the right. He almost caught up to him because Noah Lyles slowed down a little bit, but he ended up still winning. But you got to keep the foot on the gas if you Noah Lyles, man. You especially if you're going into the final, you got to keep your foot on the gas. You got to go get another gold medal.
Just like Seattle needed to do against Joshua Jacobs a couple of years ago in overtime, and they didn't.
Oh,
I was at that game. With
Is
Poor
that
Seahawks
place loud as people tell me it is?
it can be loud. But
Is it
not?
because people tell me that Lumen Field in Seattle will shake when it gets really loud, which I think is a lie.
It's not a lie. So there was the Beastquake, and that's a real thing.
That it is.
Marshawn broke that run in the playoffs, and yeah, it really did register on the Richter scale. It's loud. Yeah, I mean, the only stadiums I would say compare would be, probably, like the old LA Coliseum. Used to get pretty crazy. It had 100,000 people in it.
Man, the LA
like
Coliseum.
that kind of noise.
The LA Coliseum was nothing to play with.
Definitely was nothing to play with.
Especially if you want to go old school when Marcus Allen got something going.
Oh yeah.
LA Coliseum, the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum is nothing to play with.
That was me and Pops going to go see games in the old stadium, watching Bo and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was loud there. I mean, some indoor stadiums, like I think it's pretty loud in the Superdome when it's sold out.
God.
Right.
Man, the Superdome will leave you without ears.
Right.
But
And then,
in New Orleans, right?
I heard Allegiant
New Orleans, yes.
Allegiant can be pretty damn loud too because of how it's made up. It gets crazy in there actually.
I want to see a Rebels basketball game at Allegiant just to see how many people they could bring in there.
Oh, that would be amazing to see.
But
The
there,
Rebels
I think in
in
4 years,
a basketball game in Allegiant Stadium would be crazy.
it's going to happen in 4 years because the Final Four is coming to Vegas.
It is.
That's going to be
I'm going to be there,
crazy.
and I'm not going to have tickets. I'm going to be strapped with a press pass.
Oh, man.
Nice.
I'm going to be strapped with
the
a
ticket
press
is gonna
pass.
be for that? Oh, good luck buying.
If y'all thought the Super Bowl brought in a hell of a lot of money,
The
Dude,
Final
Final
Four
Four weekend 2028 is going to be even sicker than that.
Yeah.
Allegiant's got some good stuff, man, lined up.
But I will say this. There's one place in Vegas I want to take a picture in front of when my wife and I go there, and that's the old Thomas and Mack Center. That's the Shark Tank. I want a picture in front of the Shark Tank.
Yeah, still sitting over there. The old Thomas and Mack. Yeah, you can get that done. But
This topic is about to come up is about to be real shaky here.
Bring it on.
Because the OG it's going to have a lot to say about this because we keep it in USA, but we're going to switch over to basketball real quick.
Uh-oh.
And we were talking about Team USA and this roster that the current roster, we're not talking about the actual games just yet. is the actual roster is deeper than the Dream Team's roster.
Just a minute.
No soundbite right now, Mr. Brian Snow.
Oh,
I
you
need to
you
hear
about to get
the
one?
horse's mouth, OG.
Oh, you about to get one?
No, not yet. I need
Not
to.
yet?
I need to hear some factual stuff before you put a soundbite on there. Seriously, I need to hear something from you right now. Right now.
Oh man,
Because before I let Brian Snow go, right? Let me just remind y'all of what this roster is, right?
Yeah, we know what it is.
For both teams. For both teams, right? For the Dream Team and for the current roster that we have right now.
The current roster. The Dream Team.
Dream Team.
We know the Dream Team was Charles Barkley, Larry Bird. Larry Bird was at the end of his career. Remember this. Clyde Drexler in his career. Patrick Ewing, Magic Johnson in his career because of the AIDS thing and stuff of that nature. Michael Jordan in his prime. Christian Laettner, definitely a rookie that came out that had high hopes. Karl Malone, Chris Mullin, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson, and John Stockton. That was the Dream Team. Now in 2024,
it kicked everybody's ass.
In 2024, you have the Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, LeBron James, Jason Tatum, and Derek White. This when it comes, I'm gonna say this. When it comes to
I only recognize one name on that team.
I'm not going to even do this with you, Brian. But I'm gonna be honest with you now. Like, if you Steph Curry, we know he's not in his prime anymore. We know LeBron James is not in his prime anymore. We know a few. The only probably, I wouldn't say Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis just injury prone. He just made a
Kevin Durant is
not in his prime anymore.
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid is on the team. There's mistake number one.
Oh, come on.
But listen, I used to be a former Sixers fan, which I'm no longer that. So, yeah.
Joel Embiid on Team USA.
Getting ready for the regular season. If I really want to be completely honest with you,
I just solved your puzzle. Joel Embiid on Team USA. There.
But I before I get into that, though, I do want to thank Steve Kerr because Steve Kerr is doing his starting fives by matchups, and I kind of like that. He switches his lineups every single time, and he goes off what that team does best and put the best lineup in just for.
That's why they're winning.
People got big on Jason Tatum didn't play in the first game. Joel Embiid ain't playing the second game. So what? The fact that they're winning, it doesn't matter. But for this roster,
on top of that, he's saving their energy for the medal round.
That part.
So I'm going to say definitively, the Dream Team is better. I'm sorry. I love this team, but they don't have the top level talent that the Dream Team had. Michael Jordan was in his prime. I don't see anybody on this roster that's comparable in their prime.
I wouldn't say comparable, but it's someone someone that's on the come up that could remind you of Jordan is Anthony Edwards. That's on a come up. Not yet. Definitely on a come up.
Bro, come on, man.
I'm going to
Anthony Edwards now to prime Jordan.
No. We could be honest with you here. Without Jordan's 6 rings, who is Michael Jordan? No. Turn the soundbite off. Turn the soundbite off. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Michael Jordan. I think he's the greatest player to ever do it. I get that. But before the shot in North Carolina, before the 6 championships, who was Michael Jordan? He had to start out like everybody else. And that way he was on the come up just like every other player.
Yeah, he just got there faster than
that. You know what? I'm gonna
let his athleticism and his style of play gives me a younger Michael Jordan. It does.
I hear it.
It does.
I'm gonna let all of that go, and I'm just gonna say
it does. Y'all just talking championship. I'm sorry. If you look at the athleticism and you see the way Anthony Edwards plays, he plays just like Jordan. I'm sorry, he does.
He is an amazing athlete. Amazing. We're talking about the teams, though. I don't want to get drawn into his Anthony Edwards and a Michael Jordan debate. We could be here all day. But I will say that Anthony Edwards right now does not shine a light in a dark hallway on what Michael Jordan was when he was on that Olympic team. So, like, the difference between him and anybody that's on this team currently, which probably, I don't know, is Durant the best player? Like old Durant? No, not even close. Not even close, right? And then we could keep going. I mean, John Stockton was still in his prime, so was Karl Malone. Karl Malone was probably the best four, possibly in NBA history, and better than almost everybody on this team, besides maybe LeBron in his prime and Kevin Durant in his prime.
I have a question for both of you, though.
So, yeah.
Compared to the Olympics back in 92, compared to the 2024 Olympics. Now, I'm not saying that the 2024 team is deeper than the 92 team, because it's not. But competitiveness in 2024 is more competitive teams in the Olympics than it was in 92.
Don't you ever in life tell that lie again.
Hold up. We got Victor Wembanyama in France. You got Jamal Murray in SGA in Canada. You got Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have Serbia with Nikola Jokic. You have some teams in this Olympics in 2024 that are better than those teams in 1992.
And just like back then, the USA kicked all their asses.
Destroyed them.
Can
I just say this real quick?
Say it's a little bit more, to me, it's a little bit more impressive because these guys that's playing international ball against Team USA is making it more competitive than it did in 92.
Wrong.
Okay, I'm just gonna let me just read this real quick. It says Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, Karl Malone, John Stockton. I
get that. But the international
did you hear what I just said? 92. I said Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird in a row, and I wasn't done.
I get that. But name any great
I don't think you
players
do.
in 92. Name any great international players in 92 that played in the NBA.
These are three of the greatest NBA players ever. Like ever. Like if you were to name top five, those three are probably in it.
I don't have Karl Malone in my top five all-time greatest players.
I didn't say Karl Malone, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird.
Well, Larry Bird was at the end of his career. He wasn't in his prime, though.
Oh, come on, man. Who you got on your team? LeBron is 49, and I'm a Laker fan. He's like 64 years old.
499. Let me settle that argument right now.
Name a team in 1992 against Team USA that had any players that was in the NBA, that was international.
Let's see.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
I'll give you a couple. I'll give you a couple offhand right now of international players that were playing in the NBA when the Dream Team showed up. Does the name Drazen Petrovic mean anything to you?
Thank you. Drazen may be the best player in the world.
He's not better than any of the players that play internationally right now. He's not better than Jokic.
Drazen? Yes, he is. Yes.
He's not better than Jokic right now.
Stop it now. Stop.
No, I'm dead serious.
Stop it. No.
It's nothing compared to the competitive.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap.
It's not. I'm sorry.
And the reason you said
it's not.
What's the question I played earlier?
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
And I got another question.
Which is better than Drazen?
Who?
Drazen Petrovic, man. Like, possibly.
I'm not a fan. I was never a fan. Back in 92, I didn't know who the hell he was. I didn't know who the hell he was back in 92. I'm 38 years old. I didn't know who the hell he was back in 92. They didn't talk about international basketball like that back in 92.
Liar.
Drazen lit us up. He lit everybody up.
I'm sorry. I'm 38
He's
years
better
old in 92.
better
How
than-
old I was? I was born in 86. You do the math. How the hell will I know?
I hear you. I got a couple years on you, but it matters.
How the hell would
But
I
he's
know?
good.
I'm just saying, from a competitive perspective,
Very
Team
good.
USA right now is not they blow people out. They're not dominating the people because it's more athleticism, it's more star players, it's more
So let me
players in the NBA right now that's playing international
Can
ball
I-
that's just as good as Team USA. Let's be
Let's
for real.
summarize your argument. The Dream Team was so dominant, and therefore you feel this team is better because they're not.
I'm not
dominant?
saying all I'm saying is when it comes to a competitive Olympic basketball game.
Oh, yeah, more fun to watch.
When it comes to competitiveness, you see more internet players in the NBA from the international is giving Team USA more of a competitive game than the international teams did in '92. That's what I'm
the
saying.
case, they would have won in If that's the case, it would have been more competitive in '92. Also, it's not competitive now, and it wasn't competitive in 1992.
If it's not competitive, then why Team USA not blowing teams out by 30 or 40 like they did back in '92?
Let me ask you this question on top of
I
that.
thought they were earlier.
If it's as competitive, how come you Team USA are still blowing teams out of the water? Next.
The scores are
they playing teams
crazy.
They blowing teams out, but they're not doing it as dominant as the 1992 team.
Oh, yes.
Well, I mean,
they're
because the 1992 team.
Wait a minute. Just a moment.
Let me read that again. It had Michael Jordan.
Before you do,
Magic
I have a couple of
Johnson,
other international names.
Hold up. You never see a team
That's
in Team USA in '92 will win a game 110-84. You'll see a bigger blowout than that if that was in '92. You'll see that in against South Sudan 103-86. You'll see a bigger team. You'll see the Dream Team blow them out way more than that against Puerto Rico 104-83. You'll see the team in 1992 blow them out way better than that.
Who has the assist record?
That's not real blowout. 102-83. That's not a real blowout. Stop it.
Who's the all-time
It's a
assist leader?
double-digit win, so it's considered a blowout.
Stop
How about this? How about this, Darion?
The greatest of the greatest.
You say there weren't any great international players in 1992. I'll give you a couple that made a lasting impact.
They wasn't noticeable like they were now, like they are now.
Wrong. I got another Arvydas Sabonis. Okay. Domantas Sabonis mean anything to you? How about that?
That's 2 out of like 15 players that's in the team.
Sharunas Marciulionis. How about Sharunas Marciulionis, who at the time was a member of the Golden State Warriors and was 5 years in? How about that name?
Mind you,
I told you the other name, Drazen Petrovic.
92.
How about a future Bull, Tony Kukoc? He was playing, right?
But
you cannot sit there with a straight
face. They was the star players, but who else did they have that could help them?
They had their countrymen to help them. Next,
it wasn't enough compared to 2024's team when you have multiple players on international teams.
And what were
they don't know their teams
results? That's all I want to know. What were the end results then and now?
It was a bigger blowout. It wasn't no competition. Real competition in 92. If you're blowing teams out about 40 and 50 per game, they're not doing that in 2024.
They're not
doing that. They barely beating people out 20. Barely.
I think it's just because the difference in the teams. They're really good, but this team isn't like. Look, if you look at the team itself, it's not like a perfect team.
Not only are the teams different,
passes and like the Dream Team was not only really good, having better overall players, but they fit together too. Like fit. You had all-time great, point guard in John Stockton, and then also all-time great point guard in Magic Johnson. Right, it was like switching positions. Jordan, right, like the whole team fit together. Real centers. 4s, 5s, guys played roles, right? this new switchable, everybody plays different positions.
And then
It's
there's
not
the
the
coach,
same.
and then there's the coaching
It's a
aspect.
different time in basketball too, because
And then
back in
there's
the '90s it was
And then
different.
there's the coaching aspect because
It's a different time in
the
basketball
dream,
too.
the dream team,
Players
was-
are bigger. Players are stronger now in 2024. It's a bigger.
and the
it's
international teams are still getting
You
a
say that.
foot put in their asses
sorry,
by Team
I'm sorry,
USA.
I'm sorry, but when you have
They
other,
are
you have
still
other
getting
national
a
teams
foot
leading
put in
games,
their asses.
it's not impressive to me. The 2024 team is not impressive to me. Yeah, they're winning. They're winning. They're winning, but are they kicking other teams' asses like we expect? No, we're not.
Yes.
We're not. These teams should be scoring no more than 50 points on us. They're scoring 80 and 90 on us.
Then I shouldn't make my next joke, but I am doing this to break things up, and I'm doing this purely as a joke only against Darion because I love this brother dearly. So what you are telling me is that what's happening with Team USA now is what the A 76ers and B Miami Heat wish would happen when they compete in the playoffs.
We're not going to talk about my Miami Heat because my Miami Heat been to the finals many of times. We're not going to worry about that.
We're
not going to worry about that.
And the look in your face is telling me a different story.
It's not a worry. My Miami Heat is definitely not a worry.
Why not?
It's not.
Why not?
It's not.
Why
Because
not?
we're going to get back. We had an unhealthy Jimmy Butler. Unhealthy
Fans are
Jimmy
like,
Butler.
you guys are just like Seahawks.
Thank you, 76ers for injuring my guy in the play-in, which I hate the play-in. I hate the play-in. So yeah,
I'll agree with that. I hate the play-in. It should be.
I hate the play-in. I think the play-in is stupid.
It should be 1 through 8. Okay. It should be the NBA seed should be 1 through 8. All right. We'll agree there. Your Miami Heat will never see the finals again.
You say that now when you're talking about a weak Eastern Conference. Okay, great.
I said it
For
last
now,
year.
it switches back and forth. But you guys are the Heat, though. You know that, right?
We all know the Western Conference is the better conference. We know that.
I think, does he know they're the Heat? Listen.
No.
Okay.
No.
You're an expansion team. And this is your first rodeo of being good. I get it.
Our first rodeo of being good. You must have forgot about the
That's a
time
really
that
bad
won
trade. Really
with Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and all of them. You must have forgot about that, right?
First of
that
all,
was the only
LeBron
time.
James-
Is there another time?
In the fact that we started out in the play and went to the
put it
You
in.
guys think you're good now? Did you have a
Let me
champion?
put it into
this.
this.
Last
The
championship.
year before.
Let me put it
The
into
last
this.
How many
championship
times
was
we beat
LeBron,
the
right?
Boston Celtics in the playoffs? How many times we got there?
You
Please.
beat the Boston Celtics in the playoffs. You get a flag? No. Okay, listen. You get a championship.
This is talking about a Lakers fan that had the asterisk of a championship? Do we really
My
want to talk
friend,
about that?
we don't care about. Do you know how many championships we have?
I played in a bubble with a bunch of nobody
we could just
in
like
the bubble.
knock a couple trophies off of the shelf and like bury your whole case, bro. We have so many championships.
Until y'all actually win, until y'all actually stop getting swept, then we can
Okay,
talk
let me-
about something.
Darion, let me ask a question.
Playoffs.
Let me ask a question.
What?
Let me
Unless you're a
ask a
Celtic,
question.
bro,
Let me
don't
ask
talk
a
to me about
question.
championships.
I want to
That's
ask.
insane.
I
You
want
guys
to
have,
ask Darion a question.
like,
While I'm getting ready
a
for my
little
baseball game
championship.
here, just a moment. While I'm getting ready for my baseball game here, I want to ask Darion a question. Since your Sixers continually let you down, thank you, Joel Embiid, for proving
I've
me
been stopped
right.
being a Sixers fan for a long ass time now. So moving on.
What drew you? Let me ask you this: what drew you to the Miami Heat?
Oh,
What
Now,
drew
he's
me
gonna
to the
punch-
Miami Heat?
He's gonna punch me for that.
Let me
for
just
that.
tell you
Okay.
this. What drew me to the Miami Heat because
Yeah. What drew you to the Heat?
because they underdog.
okay.
And I love no. I am a Tim Hardaway fan before LeBron James. I am a Alonzo Mourning fan before LeBron James. I am a Shane Battier before LeBron James. Let's stop.
Who the hell is Shane Battier?
Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Mario, we could go further than that.
Listen, Mario
I get it.
Chalmers.
The Miami Heat and the Knicks rivalries. Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, let's talk about it.
it.
Let's
The
talk
next
about it.
rivalries.
I'll put an end to this Miami Heat argument
I
because
feel like
John
on
Stark.
two separate occasions,
I'm an underdog in itself. In my personality, I'm an underdog.
then you should choose a better team because
And
the
I-
Heat
and
ain't
I feel like
underdogs. They're overrated.
They're overrated, just like the Indiana Pacers overrated.
I'm not a Pacer fan.
I don't care
no
what
one
you
is.
are. The Pacers
No
are
one has
overrated.
ever. See, this is weird. No one's ever overrated the Pacers. I don't think that's a thing. People forget they exist.
No, they talked about the Pacers. They talked about the Pacers a lot this year. Snowman, you know about that. As much as they talk about the Pacers.
Laker fans, I don't
Let me
think
tell
we've
you
heard
why they
about the
talk about
Pacers
so
since
much, though.
Rick Smith.
Because
Rick Smith was
Eastern
really good.
Conference
International
is a
player.
weaker
Hey,
conference. That's
Yeah,
why.
Smiths, Reggie Miller, Chuck Connors,
Did you say
Person,
Eastern
Mark
Conference?
Fleming.
The Eastern
Yeah,
Conference is
I
a
know.
weaker conference. It's a fact.
No.
We all know
Yeah.
that.
Know what, Darian? I
The
didn't hear
Eastern Conference is a weaker conference. That's a fact.
Yeah, we just wait for one of you guys to come out and then, you know.
Well, until the Lakers get back to the finals, then we can have a talk. At least we've been here.
Dude, we have
At least
18
we've been here.
championships.
At
We
least
can't
we've
win
been
every
here.
year. We
I
have
mean,
to let
LeBron
someone else
James
win.
has
They
not-
actively try to stop us from winning. They veto trades.
Please.
They do everything they can to stop
Please.
us. Okay, we have 18.
I'm just sitting here letting these two fight it out, and I'm sitting
How
here
many
laughing at
times
both
do
of
we have
them
to
while I'm
win?
getting ready for my baseball game.
It's always
We
it's
win
always
all the
listen, when it
time.
comes to the
You
Lakers,
guys have to win
fans,
too.
they're gonna go off their championships. They are bitter, and they're
because we have
butthurt
so
that the
many,
Celtics
and we
got more
just got another
championships
one.
than them.
What is wrong with you? That's the whole point, is to win championships.
Yeah,
Of
but
course
you
we brag about
you don't win championships. The Lakers have not won a championship since the
Neither does
last-
Miami. Next question.
We've been there. We've been there.
Yeah.
The
The
difference
key
between
word
the
in
Lakers
there-
and the
the
Miami
looked
Heat
at
right
it,
now.
key
I'm
word in
gonna
your
say this.
sentence.
I'm gonna say this right now.
You gave
The
it back to
difference
who it
between the
belongs
Lakers and the
to.
Miami Heat right
We
now.
let everyone borrow
Can
the
you tell us
trophy
in
for
the
a little
last
while,
2
then we bring it
years?
and put it back where it belongs.
In the last 2 years, had the Miami Heat been swept, but the Lakers have. In the
I don't
last
care
2
about
In the
years.
last 2
You
years,
see,
have the
this
Miami
swept
Heat won
thing
the
is the
title?
thing that you think matters.
The
Do
Lakers
you
been
know why
swept
they
in the
play the
last 2
games?
years. Swept.
Why do they play the games?
They
Swept.
win to win.
Swept.
Pick a winner
Swept.
who is the champion.
They have not sniffed the
Swept
NBA
in,
finals in almost
wait, just a moment.
4 years.
Just a moment, Darian. I believe the great Herman Edwards said it best. You play to win the game.
Somebody has to lose.
Hello?
Somebody has to lose.
You
Both
can't-
can't
Yeah,
win.
that
we
describes
were
the
not
sequence in the
the
Miami
loser.
Heat right now.
Like
You
a lot
got
of
there
times.
because of a bubble. A
Wait.
bubble wrap bubble
That
that
one?
you couldn't
Or are you talking
move.
about are you talking about that one or the other 17?
Who cares about you won 17
Who
championships?
cares about the other
Who
17?
Who
cares?
cares about the other 17?
I don't know everybody.
Just
The
a
whole
moment.
league.
Just a moment.
That's the whole
I
point.
gotta jump in on this part right now because one of my favorite players of all time. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of my favorite players of all time is the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I love the Showtime Lakers when they were busy putting the foot in Boston Celtics asses.
Respectfully,
The
but
year
that's
was
the fact.
19
This is
The
not
year was
today.
1980. The year was 1985 when the Lakers beat Boston in 6 games
This is
and
the
clinched for
past.
the first
Y'all
time
think
in
about the
Boston.
past. Let's talk relevancy into the Los
Okay.
Angeles Lakers. You can't.
Currently don't have a championship
You can't talk
as recent as
relevancy in the
ours,
last
and we
2
have
years
way
with
more
the
than
Lakers.
yours. When's
You
the last time
can't.
Miami won a championship? When is
You
the last time you
can't.
won a championship? Tell me the year.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Oh, yes, it
You won
does.
the championship in bubble wrap bubble in aluminum
Okay.
foil bubble.
How many championships does your team have?
Please.
I heard LeBron was there. He was like,
You've
"We're
been
gonna win
swept
5
the
and
last
6
2
and
years.
7." You guys
You've
didn't win that many.
swept the last
Wait,
2
just a
years
minute.
at the
You
Los
got to do it
Angeles
right.
Lakers.
You got to do the you got to do the voice right. You got to
Please.
do the voice right. And this is probably going to wreck my voice for tonight because I got Giants and Nationals coming in about an hour. But you got to remember what LeBron said while holding the microphone incorrectly. Not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. I got a funny.
Wait,
I got a funny story about
Say
that.
all
Just a
that
minute.
you want.
I got a funny
not
story about
looking
that.
at the past. I'm looking what's going on
You
right
are.
now.
You were a
with the
Sixer
Los
fan, for
Angeles
God's sake.
Lakers. And
Wait
the
a minute.
Lakers ain't going to do
Just a minute.
nothing this year. They would not be a
Wait,
playoff team this year. That's a
Neither will
fact.
Miami. Next
They
question.
will. They always are. But Miami is not going to be very good either. And they haven't won in a long time, and we won more recently and a lot more championships. So
we will. Until the Lakers don't get swept in the playoffs, then we could talk.
Were you in the playoffs?
Did
you guys make the playoffs? Did you guys even make the playoffs last year?
We did. We did make the playoffs.
You did. Okay. In the East. In that weak East. Now, weak old East you talk about. Because you were in the weak old East you talk about. Yeah, we got swept by defending champions.
What year? Let me ask you this, Darion.
What year did you guys get beat by? Who? Did you lose to the Pacers or somebody? Who did you lose to? In the East. Was it the Magic? Did you lose to the Orlando Magic or somebody? Who did you lose?
I'll go get a JJ Redick as a head coach.
He said, did you lose to the Orlando Magic?
Hey, Brian, you get a JJ. Look, Brian, you get a JJ Redick.
Was it Cleveland this year? Who did you lose to?
A JJ Redick was a liability.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Not reliable.
Just a minute. Gentlemen, since when did the Cleveland Cadavers become a part of this conversation?
Hey.
Wait,
weren't they in the playoffs?
I have one statement about the Cleveland Cadavers. Okay.
The Cleveland what?
The Cleveland Cadavers, aka the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yes, what happens when the Marlins?
Listen, someone gave me the word cadavers on an old sports show, and it stayed with me for 10 years. Okay. The most relevant, and I know this to be a falsehood. I am doing this for joking purposes only, but the legacy of the Cleveland Cavaliers is Craig Elo. Got him.
Oh Lord!
Getting kicked in the head.
The legacy of the Cleveland Cadavers is Craig Elo. Why? Look up the date of May 7th, 1989.
Moving on. I'm done with him.
The reason you're done is because we spent 45 minutes on this thing laughing at this shit.
I'm saying what I said. This is
and we tore it to shreds. And we tore it to shreds while having fun doing it.
The Lakers fans gonna be Lakers fans until they get their 18th title. Until then, they number 2.
You already have 18. You mean 19? Man, come on.
Y'all have 18 where?
In our trophy case in Boston 19.
I thought they had 17. Here we go.
No, we were tied at 18. They pulled ahead with this little Tatum. Stuff. I'm not going to talk about it, okay?
A little bit jealous of me. That's like a little bit jealous.
No, they're gross and green. That's
not, as much as they hate any other team, they can't outstand Boston. They can't.
Yes.
Wait a minute. I got a question.
They're like racist and gross.
Do y'all get like this during Raider podcast? Because
no, probably not.
Because
I'm gonna be honest with you, me and him probably gonna be on the same page when it comes to the
Raiders.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but everything else,
it's a difference between Raider fans and realistic Raider fans. It's a difference.
Right. Just like there's realistic and logical Cowboy fans, and then there's something.
Wait,
Darren,
I'm sorry.
You've heard.
You said Darren, things that don't make sense together.
Wait,
you said logical and Cowboy fans, so I didn't understand.
Let me complete my statement. There are logical and sensible Cowboy fans, a few of which I happen to know, and then there's the group that Darion and I talk about a lot on my morning show that Victor dubbed so brilliantly the moronic Republic of Cowboy Nation.
Yeah,
it's not even a Cowboy Nation. It's only one nation, and that's Raider Nation.
No,
it's only one nation. Yeah, Cowboys don't have a nation. They don't.
Started that.
Neither do the Raiders.
So 1963. Yes, we do. We're everywhere. So anyway, don't challenge. Come on.
I'm not. I'm just.
Fan base is just.
Hey, you know what's bad? You know what's bad,
all
y'all.
You gotta do is go into a town and randomly yell Raiders, and someone yells it back. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm. I should surprise Darion one day this week with the actual Raider fight song, which I do have. I just haven't loaded it up yet.
Why did you? There's no. That's not
He
a
just
thing.
trolling. Don't listen to him. He's trolling.
It's called, but there's an actual song though.
It
Seriously,
is an actual song. It
there's
is.
an actual which I happen to have. It's called The Silver and Black. It's called actually the correct title, if I remember correctly, is "We Are the Silver and Black,"
Mm-hmm.
and it was used, it's been used on NFL films whenever they voiced Raider highlights. John Facenda, and then later on Harry Callis would voice Raider highlights, and they actually have that song. But at least for fans of teams,
outside of using the autumn wind,
that's the song right there. That's the song. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the song I'm talking about.
That's
the song that I have that I'm gonna load up here. If I get a chance, I'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow. But at least we're fans of teams that don't think every year is their year until they get socked in the fucking mouth. Dallas.
Yes.
we gonna talk about that. We gonna talk about a few things in NFL, but
the San Diego Chargers somehow the media decides it's their every
the San Diego Chargers. You know what? I love you for saying that because it's not the Los Angeles Chargers to me. It's the San Diego Chargers. Just like it's the Seattle Supersonics and not the Oklahoma City Thunder. Can I get a witness?
There's only one LA team that does football. It's not a Ram or a Battery or whatever. So,
wait, are we talking professionally or are we talking college?
Pro.
Now, huh?
Yeah. Pro. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of
Pro,
course.
Professional. I mean, if you want to call it professional, the Chargers.
I mean, no, I was gonna say USC. You know what I'm saying? So,
who the hell are they?
Well, see, I'm on my business because I'm a Tennessee fan. I'm a mind my business. I'm gonna sit back on this one.
Excuse me, sir.
Who the hell are they?
As a Tennessee
Who
volunteer,
are you talking about?
As a Tennessee volunteer, I can't.
Who is your team? Who is your team?
Me?
I must know. Yes, good sir.
I'm from Chicago, so my team's the Northwestern Wildcats. I will say this.
You're coming at me with Northwestern?
Well, I got a few ties to Northwestern, considering I know the play-by-play announcer, who's a dear friend. I met Darnell Autry, I met Damian Anderson, and I've had a chance to see the campus. My original college football team, when I really got started, Georgia. Why? Herschel Walker. Why? Herschel Walker.
Okay.
Actually, two reasons. Two reasons I really got into Georgia football: Herschel Walker and their longtime voice, God rest his soul, Larry Munson. Because when I used to listen to,
as a Tennessee fan, I can't stand Georgia. So
okay, Georgia. Tell me,
the SEC at this point.
you still follow Georgia intensely?
I do.
You do? Tell me about Zeus. Raider running back Zeus.
Beware.
What do you think about him?
My only word is beware.
Of injury?
Nope.
What?
Running over, like Larry Munson said, running over people.
Yes. He's a tank.
Beware. His health does a little bit different. But you do bring up a valid point. You do bring up a valid point of his health because he is such a powerful runner. Things have changed from the days of Herschel Walker to Garrison Hurst to now Zeus. And I just want him to stay healthy. My first two teams, when I first got into college football, were Georgia, and strangely enough, because of an old friend of mine, Michigan. In the late 80s, when Michigan Stadium had AstroTurf.
So
I just fell in love with the stadium. Huh?
So I was a USC guy, but one of my favorite cousins. Shout out to Sherman out there. He's a Michigan fan, right? And his love for the team was so strong that he convinced me to like him. Like it's just serious. Like you know what I mean? Like you've been around somebody really like a team. I didn't get into Northwestern until '95. I followed him off and on,
But
Yeah.
I had so much personal turbulence going on at the time, I really couldn't like dive back into college football. And for a
Right.
spell, I lived in North Carolina. So
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to tie into to the ACC like I did the second time when Jody and I were down in North Carolina. But the day I discovered and followed Northwestern, it was 1995, and they were playing Notre Dame. And the place where I was working at the time had a piss load of Notre Dame fans. So I walked right in the middle of it, me and my big mouth, and I said, I hope the Northwestern Wildcats beat the Fighting Irish.
Nice.
I didn't realize how much of a firestorm that would start because like I was living in Chicago, but with South Bend being, I want to say like an hour from Chicago.
Yeah.
I kind of
Serious rivalry.
caused some trouble. And I
Yeah,
said, I hope Northwestern beats Notre Dame. Yeah, I had people yelling at me, screaming at me, cussing at me, swearing at me, all kinds of stuff saying that's not going to happen. And Northwestern that day, September 2nd, 1995, was a 38-point underdog. And then Notre Dame turned the ball over and Northwestern stuck it in the end zone. Thank you, Darnell Autry. My boss was my boss was a Notre Dame fan. Yeah. He found me. He yanked me into his office.
In the 90s, everybody was a Notre Dame fan back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Listen, he found me. He yanked me in the office because it was 17-15 at the time, and Northwestern had the ball, and they had a 3rd and 4. So they gave it to Darnell Autry, and he ran it all the way down to the 4-yard line. And let me see if I got the right sound up, because my boss literally said this.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
You know what I did? I said, I'm going home now, and took off.
Yeah.
I've been a
Northwestern. My story's a little different about being a Tennessee fan because.
Yeah, how did it start for you, man?
I mean, it started with me with, I'm a big advocate of college basketball.
Okay.
I'm a big advocate for college basketball, and I played basketball in high school, and that was one of the schools that I wanted to go to because I always wanted to meet Pat Summitt.
A legend.
I always wanted to meet Pat Summitt because even though the Bruce Pearl days at Tennessee as well, I always wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
I always wanted to meet those legendary coaches at Tennessee.
Yeah.
But it really started out from basketball, and then when I actually went to go visit the campus and the experience that I have, I will never forget the football game I went to. And I visited it more than one time. The football game I went to, the basketball games that I went to, it just stuck with me ever since.
That's
fair. And even the fact that was back in like the early 2000s, but I still did my history went back when Peyton Manning was there, even before that. But those women's Tennessee Vol games, I think the men's is good right now. Those women's games were just as women's games was just as big as any other sport on
yes
for those.
Those women games when coached by Pat Summitt at Thompson Bowling Arena.
Yes.
Nuts. I got into women's basketball the same year, 82, that I got into Georgia football. Because I fell in love with the women's Final Four, and I've been an advocate of women's basketball since then.
Yeah, but
Northwestern,
even back where when Peyton was playing, and then now you see what Alvin Kamara did when he was at Tennessee.
Yes,
a lot of people forget that Alvin Kamara went to Tennessee because Tennessee football is good, but it's like.
It wasn't at the championship level.
It wasn't at the championship level. We haven't been in a national championship in a long ass time. We've been to bowl games, but as far as national championships go, Joe Milton was definitely not a great quarterback for us last season, and Tennessee is just on a rebuild at this point. I'm not looking forward to the SEC this year.
Can you guys please, God, please God, just as someone has to scout quarterbacks, do something with that offense.
Please,
Please
Hooker,
don't make me watch that anymore.
Was the best quarterback to do it for us at that point.
What is happening? Why is half the field not playing football? They're just like running around dancing or something.
Because there's no coordinator.
What is that?
I'll answer that question. Wait a minute.
I hate it.
Let me.
As a Tennessee fan,
Why
I
are you
hate
wasting? They're just not.
Let me
even,
repeat the
They're
question.
not even playing on that side.
I'm not going to lie to you. When it
question.
comes to the receivers, they actually play well in that offense. Unfortunately,
Let me repeat the
they
question.
play well, but I mean,
Let me repeat the question in full that my man just asked. I think he just asked about the Tennessee offense.
What is that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
until we actually get a quarterback that can actually throw the football that was just as good as Hendon Hooker, that offense will not do shit.
Joe Milton has a freaking cannon, bro. But like when the receiver,
his accuracy is off. He has a hell of an arm. Don't get me wrong. I love Joe Milton. I think he's very athletic, but his accuracy stinks.
It's not just his accuracy that's the problem.
His accuracy. Listen,
it's not just the accuracy that's the problem with Milton. It's his footwork. It's his decision making in the pocket.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
Okay, it's the footwork. The footwork. He also didn't have a lot of reps.
No,
to be able to get past some of that stuff you see as far as getting better, making decisions. Yeah. Footwork is a good sign with a quarterback that you're working with. If at least it's not an arm issue, right? His arm. Motion, all that stuff is very clean. You can clean up footwork literally in one off season. So the question is, where's the upside, right? The offense he played in was crappy. I couldn't really rate him as well as I wanted to because he's not being forced to go through read progressions. The offense doesn't. It's nothing like what a pro offense is going to, present to him.
Really
so that's the big league, right?
Offenses that actually, I can say this now. Tennessee is one of those schools that doesn't run a pro style offense. They're not just the only one that doesn't run it. So I can say about 70%.
But they are the worst
in college football. Don't run a pro style.
Not that bad. Listen,
it
may not be pro style, but receivers are actually running routes.
Lincoln, when it comes to college football, you see it a lot where they do it at the snap.
Mm-hmm. They clap.
They look over. They do one thing. Snap. They don't. In college football, there's not a lot of colleges that does pre-snap situations. You don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. The pre-snap stuff, yes. What I'm talking about is post-snap, when one whole half of the field is not actually engaged in running a route or doing anything.
Yeah.
It is already predetermined that the ball is going over to this side, and it's literally just one read. Right?
Yeah, they gave it away. They give it away every time.
Yeah. If you go watch the tape, the other receivers are not even running actual routes. They're just decoy routes. And then there's a decoy receiver and an actual live receiver he's supposed to throw it to.
And go ahead.
Yeah, I don't see how you can develop a quarterback.
In itself, a lot of quarterbacks are not pro ready because the number one, understand that 90% of them, they don't go under center. So they have to learn how to be under center.
Mm-hmm. Which is where you should
it's a lot of stuff that you see signs on the sidelines to make these audibles. You're not going to get that in the NFL. You might see some teams do it. Like even I don't like, I can't stand Ohio State to save my life. I always felt like when it comes to Ohio State quarterbacks, they just never succeed. But with CJ Stroud is a different story.
CJ Stroud has made a liar out of me. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw that one coming. He's
the only one that's probably that can succeed as an Ohio State quarterback as a
right.
Unfortunately,
I don't rate the school, rate the player, and so.
But I feel like like I said, I think they need to start putting pro-ready type of offenses implemented into college football. But I understand the excitement of college football. I get it. They want that excitement. They want that drama. That's why they have these type of offenses. But it doesn't set them up for the NFL. Unfortunately, it just doesn't offensively.
No, I mean
it really doesn't. It's a college style offense, and there's no translation into the NFL, and that's been the case for a long time now.
Right.
Yeah. Ohio State. I mean, people couldn't see Justin Fields coming, but it was clear.
Can I laugh at Justin Fields?
We gonna talk. Actually, let's since we on it, we might as well just talk about it.
Let's do it.
Since we're on it, since we're on Justin Fields. Now, it's been a talk about this whole QB debacle in Pittsburgh with Russell.
Yeah, it was. You said there was 2 QBs over there. I don't know.
Who the hell told that lie?
No, there's not. There's only 1 QB over there. What are you talking about?
Matter of fact, there's no QBs in Pittsburgh.
I'm going off for what I've read, and according to Teddy Bruschi, according to Teddy Bruschi, he feels as though that it should be a 2 QB system in Pittsburgh, and this is why.
Well, they need 2 QBs. They have a QB and a running back, but they don't have any.
I completely disagree with this. Now, I understand that Russell Wilson is out with a calf injury. We all know training camp injuries happen. We know this.
Dear Russell Wilson.
Now they want to make the hype up thing because Justin Fields is there. He's the younger quarterback in all of this.
Russell
Wilson. Using that word and it doesn't fit. He's not a quarterback.
Dear Russell Wilson. You fired.
I think Justin Fields can be a quarterback. Do I think
he
in the CFL or some maybe like in a
Justin Fields needs to go.
You gotta think about it. He played in the same exact offense at Ohio State with CJ Stroud.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Let's just be real with that.
They had weapons around him, a coach that could coach him, and he actually was allowed to use all of his gifts. It didn't translate to the NFL because it got ruined by Matt Eberfools and the Chicago Bears.
And you know
what? I'm gonna say this. Okay. I scouted this player because the Raiders were quite possibly interested in signing him.
Dear God.
Getsy is our offensive coordinator, which is the same offensive coordinator Justin Fields
which is the saddest offensive
and let me explain something to you. I broke this tape down. This is not Getsy's fault. I have never in my life seen worse quarterback tape ever. Ever. I'm not a stretch, like the worst quarterback tape I have ever seen
is
this dude. Justin Fields is the worst quarterback tape I've ever broken down.
Yep.
He missed wide open reads over and over again, like where he didn't even throw the football to wide open players. He would have 2 open players and take a sack. Like
seen that many times over.
Putrid. No timing, no feel,
none.
Completely inaccurate, slow delivery, missed reads, so many reads. I can't even it's insane. If I was Getsy, I'd have PTSD. Like I would be throwing clipboards. I can't even.
You know what's bad though? My wife and I watched a Bears game when we first moved back up here to Indiana 3 years ago, and Justin Fields got the start. My wife looked at me and I looked at her because I'm a bigger football nerd than she. She looked at me
last year.
Yeah. She looked at me and said, "Honey, who the hell is that under center for the Bears?" I said, "Oh, that's Justin Fields." Her next response was, "Who?" I lost it. I'm sitting in the car, and we were going out to eat. I'm sitting in the car, dying. When she said, "Who?" I'm cracking up, and she said, "Did you see this dude play?" Unfortunately, yes.
I'm gonna just let y'all know something real quick. You can actually watch NFL game film if you have NFL Plus. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. All day long.
That's how I do it. Yeah, that's how I do it.
That's how I break it down.
You watch that all 22 film. That's how you can break it down.
Yep.
Just to let the people know that's listening. Go to NFL Plus when the season starts.
$5 a month. It's like
it's like what, $10, something like that a month. A little bit.
$10 a month.
Okay, maybe it's 10 a month now. Yeah, it's worth it.
So
for sure.
If you want to break down film, that's what I'm going to be doing this year for the Raiders. So I'm going to break down film as well. So
I'm going to be doing the same for several teams.
Yeah. So
Stay away from that Justin Fields film if you want to live. Yeah, you might die.
If you want to live, breathe, continue to eat, continue to strive, stay away from Justin Fields' film, please.
But if you've eaten recently in the last 30 minutes, don't watch the film.
If you've eaten anything, and I love chocolate, okay? I am a chocoholic to my heart. I was here in my office one day, and I got a request from someone, which should have told me everything I needed to know, that had an argument with me about Justin Fields. Oh. And he says, you can't say Justin Fields is a bad quarterback. You are a damn lie.
Why?
And he said, and then he gave me a challenge, which I unfortunately took after consuming 3 slices of my wife's chocolate cake.
You didn't watch the Justin Fields?
Did.
That's a waste of cake. I'm sorry.
I was in this. All I will say is, hey coach, all I will say is I was indisposed for the next 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I came out of the bathroom. Jody looked at me.
Go in there for 45 minutes. Right? Yeah.
Listen, I came out and Jody looked at me and said, "What the hell happened?" Baby, you don't want an answer to that. She said, "Did you watch Justin Fields again?" Oh,
man.
Listen,
I'm gonna just be real with y'all.
My bride knows me. Okay.
Going back to the original question, this should not be a 2 QB system.
No.
I think Justin Fields needs to sit behind.
First of all, you need a quarterback. Damn
like
it.
Russell Wilson.
He needs to sit.
He just needs to be a QB too.
First of all, you need a quarterback. Damn it.
Wait. A 2 system quarterback in Pittsburgh.
He should sit behind his coffee table on his couch.
It doesn't make sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers to have a 2 QB system.
You should have Justin Fields.
Style of play. It doesn't make sense.
You know what you do? You know what you do? Here's what you do. You tell Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, you fired. Turn on your playbooks.
Yeah. Well,
you let them, but you wouldn't tell them both. You would tell them both. You tell them both. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
I talk about this situation in my first episode of Hot Mess. I mean, they have Mr. Unlimited, and
aptly titled "Hot Mess."
Yes. Yeah. Right.
I need to get you on my program to talk about that hot mess. Both of you.
You have to bring me and the national media god.
It shouldn't, like I was saying, it shouldn't be a QB system, right?
No.
Now,
why not?
People might say what they can say about Russell Wilson.
He sucks.
There,
I said it for you.
Unlimited
right now, because if you look at the Denver Broncos, that team as a whole sucks.
Yes.
No matter who's the quarterback for the Denver Broncos, it could be goddamn Brett Favre right now, and that team they don't have no offensive line. They stinks. They running back stinks. Sean Payton stinks as a coach.
And then you got Sean Payton as
you know what he stinks like, right? Like bong rips that he takes.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like Russell Wilson, will he be the best option for the Steelers as of right now? Yeah, he is.
Can I answer that question? Can I answer that question, please?
Because if you go look at the QB market, what quarterback is a free agent right now that's better than Russell Wilson? You can't name him.
Yeah, that was
so the Steelers gonna have to do something with that, and they're going to do something with Russell Wilson.
Which leads to my next
he's not going to fit in that locker room.
Najee Harris, basically.
Which leads to my next question. Who's the coach of the Steelers?
Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
In 4 words, I rest my case.
Yeah, there's no way Russell Wilson's going to last.
Well, I kind of like Arthur Smith as an offensive coordinator. Their offensive coordinator, Canada, last year was terrible. Canada was ass last year for them.
He's Mr. Unlimited. Unlimited. Let's ride. Bronco country. Let's ride. He's not going to make it in that locker room.
That up.
I got to do it again.
He's not. He's too weird.
How do you fuck that up?
He alienates everybody.
Hey, Pittsburgh.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
And reading the show notes that Darion texted me, Hey,
You
let
gotta
me
listen.
just say this: they have not found
Richard
themselves a
Sherman.
quarterback since Roethlisberger retired.
and they won't either.
In the story.
And they won't either because they're too chicken shit to develop one. Kenny Pickens, hello.
Oh, Kenny Pickett is.
Kenny
That's-
Pickens
that's
is not,
Pickens.
is
I
not
meant
good
Pickett.
at,
I'm
at
sorry.
football. So
Pickett.
he's not very good
Pickett.
at football.
Doggone it.
I just feel
he's
like that is
Yeah.
Kenny Pickett's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story in itself.
That was a reach.
Kenny
That's a whole
Pickett's a
nother story.
nightmare.
And my thing is to Brian Snow. Do you think that Nick Sirianni is going to develop Kenny Pickett in Philadelphia? Absolutely not.
Oh, is it backup?
Don't you want to answer it this
Drew
way?
Foles or Gary Kubiak?
So Kenny Pickett is in an effed up situation when he was in Pittsburgh. He's in an effed up situation with Philadelphia. It makes no difference.
Yeah, he just didn't leave the state of Pennsylvania.
Unfortunately.
And as my buddy says, Nick Sirianni is going to coach himself out of a job this year.
And speaking of quarterbacks, because all of our NFL topics is quarterbacks, and I want to get into this one so goddamn bad because I don't know why people think
I'll answer it for
Aaron
you.
Rodgers is still an elite quarterback at 40 years old. I still don't understand it.
Can
Let
I?
me just have Brian.
The last time he played.
No, let me just have the floor. Let me just have the floor.
Okay. All right. Here he goes.
And I will finish preparing for my game.
Settle in.
Let's let Darion have the floor.
This is what
and then I will go next, and then I got to depart because I got to get ready for Nats and Giants. But Darion, the floor is yours.
This is what pisses me off about the mainstream media having this stupid ass topic. This man was on the top 100 list at 92 by playing one game in 4 snaps.
He didn't even.
Are we really calling him an elite quarterback right now at 40 years old in a real bad torn Achilles?
No.
What are we talking about? Elite quarterback. Do we even know what the word elite means these days? Because everybody want to use the word elite quarterback or elite player in a different sport. No. Aaron Rodgers, and I'm going to say it right to everybody's face because this is going to be a real. Aaron Rodgers is not elite anymore, and he will never be elite. I don't care if you have Garrett Wilson. I don't care if you have Breece Hall. I don't care if you have the number 1 defense in the league. Aaron Rodgers is not an elite quarterback anymore.
Period.
Anymore. He's 40 years old. He has more gray than my cat, and my cat is older than him. He has more gray than the Raiders logo. Please. Please. Elite where? He was voted on by the players in the top 100 list at 92 for playing 4 snaps in 1 game. Make it make sense.
I can't.
Yeah.
What makes him elite? Nothing. He's not elite anymore. He's 2-3 years out of being a back-to-back MVP. Got traded to the Jets to do what? Didn't he go the same route as Brett Favre? Brett Favre got traded to the Jets too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
How did that work?
Not
He was.
I rest my goddamn case.
Oh,
Can I go next, please?
Mainstream media, they kill me.
yeah, you're up.
Can I go next, please?
Yeah.
Aaron fucking Rodgers. Somehow, some way, they put him on the top 100 list.
Get the fuck out of here!
With that bullshit. I mean, I took a look at that list and went,
God damn!
that he's on the thing. Aaron Rodgers has not been elite since he won a Super Bowl, which was 12 years ago. And the only reason he was elite is because Pittsburgh choked. Period. The only reason Aaron Rodgers was voted elite that year is because he marched into Chicago and on the first drive of the game, marched right down the field and punched the Bears in the mouth and kicked them in the nuts. And the Bears have not recovered and never will recover. That's a rant for tomorrow on the morning show. Aaron, let me ask you this. And y'all can be honest with me. Let me ask this question of Aaron Rodgers. How many Super Bowls has he had since Super Bowl 45?
Oh,
He's been the one since then.
How many NFC championships has he gained since Super Bowl 45?
Many, but he lost.
Okay. How many times has he been picked to win the NFC and wound up choking like a whore on a dick?
Every year.
All right. How many times, and I'm looking for an exact number, was he picked to beat the San Francisco 49ers in a playoff game?
Was like 3 or 4 times, if I'm not mistaken.
Four. One of those 4 times came in the NFC Championship game in Santa Clara. Anybody want to remind me how that went?
He choked.
He didn't finish that one. It went great.
3 years later.
Did he throw a pick, if I'm not mistaken?
He sure did.
Just like Jordan Love did last year. Good
Emmanuel Mosley picked him off. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. No, before I ask my next question. 3 years later, Aaron Rodgers and the Packers had the number 1 seed. And who did they welcome? A wild card winner. Who was that wild card winner? San Francisco. What did Aaron Rodgers do on that first drive? Marched him right down the field and punched him in the mouth. 7-0 Packers. What the offense do the rest of the game?
Nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
And how many times did Aaron Rodgers get sacked in that game? I'll answer that one. 5 of them. And the 5th and final sack led to a punt that got blocked and recovered for a touchdown. And Robbie Gould, which is the bane of all my Packer friends' existence, walked them off. Now, you tell me, gentlemen, with the case that I have outlined in very great detail, how is Aaron Rodgers still an elite quarterback? Exactamundo. Your Honor, the defense rests.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Aaron, for your 4 times you were picked to beat San Francisco.
How do you fuck that up? How do you fuck that up?
No.
Oh, and wait a minute. I should have done this just to piss off Darion and make him laugh at the same time. Let me pose this question. Matter of fact, where is this button I'm looking for? But because I'm gonna make Darren go.
You golden blank staggered black skeleton of blinking black punk are you trying to do? Of all that low dirty.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him swear.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I already sweared enough.
That's fair.
I already sweared enough.
That's fair.
I said what I said.
That's fair.
What's up, Anthony? What's going on?
What's up, Anthony?
I said what I said.
Aaron
Rodgers is not elite.
And
he's
never
he's not even a top 10 quarterback in this league.
Okay. By the way, bonus question. Who do the Jets open up against on Monday night, September 9th?
The San Francisco 49ers.
And what's going to happen in that game?
That's the L for the Jets.
Okay. Let's play over under. The number is 40. The subject, number of points the Niners score against the Jets.
Oh,
I'm going over.
Really?
I'm going way over.
No, Jets got a good defense.
Jets got a
defense. They're going to get torn. Listen, the Jets have a good defense. Yes, they're going to get torn to shreds on Monday night.
But this is a person that you got to understand. He's a 49ers fan. He's a 49ers fan. Just let him rock out.
Listen.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, he's Brock. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, I am, but I'm also looking at this through a realistic prism. Yes, the Jets have a good defense. They're going to get obliterated. Listen, I got nothing against the Jets except the fact that they're trusting Aaron Rodgers, a 40-year-old quarterback, on a speed tendon, which is going to get broken again by Leonard Floyd, to lead them to places they have not been since 1969.
Jesus Christ! Okay. I'm gonna let Hotspot talk about this.
There.
It doesn't. It
I'm
doesn't. For me, it doesn't even matter if Brandon Ayuk is there. The Jets offensively is just not good. I mean, Garrett Wilson is good, yes. Breece Hall, yeah, but after that is nothing else.
They got O-line problems. I think that's the
Yeah, they
biggest
have offensive
issue
line
against the
problems.
Niners.
I love the hell out of Breece Hall. I do. What's the line he's playing behind?
Yeah, that's
What's the line?
That's going to be your issue. That's going to be your issue, and that's going to be Aaron's issue. Speaking of Aaron's issues, I will say this: my piece on Aaron, 2022 crap the bed against the Rams. 2023 playoffs, shit the bed against the Eagles. 2024 playoffs, we saw the Niners. So like it's just continuously this I'm sorry, 21, 22, and 23. But yeah, the continuous just like falling apart when it matters.
When it matters.
That was already an issue, and now it's kind of the biggest issue.
Coach, can you do that list again, please?
Yeah, I got this. So the Rams, the Eagles, and the Niners all took pieces of them. So yeah,
Rams against the what's the second one?
Eagles.
Nothing for you.
Yeah.
And of course against the Niners.
Nothing for you.
Which leads to
oh my God. That's all, folks.
That's it, man. Game over, man.
Not
Game
elite.
over.
Stop talking about it. That's because it's just gonna piss me off even more.
And then
I know I hate that I have to have this topic. I really don't want to talk about Jalen Hurts right now. I really want to talk about Dak Prescott because we all had this conversation here.
Can we move on, please? I mean,
we are moving on. We're going to Dak Prescott.
Move on from that too.
This is why we're going to Dak Prescott because even though he's not getting an extension right now because the Dallas Cowboys want to be cheap,
and he doesn't deserve one.
Not even that, too.
He doesn't deserve it.
If Dak Prescott moves on from the Dallas Cowboys,
he goes to the CFL and they cut his ass. Next.
I completely disagree with that.
No.
I completely disagree.
Of course you would.
He'd probably go save Pittsburgh, actually. They just add another fucking mediocre quarterback. And throw Dak in there too. Fucking Kirk Cousins next year. Just the whole mediocre quarterback.
He said Dak's gonna go to Pittsburgh.
You know Pittsburgh is just as cheap as the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to quarterbacks.
Yes.
They're just as cheap.
They're worse.
Yeah,
they're worse, man.
They're desperate, man.
Jesus.
I
got it.
Yes.
Tua's got like 3 games left on his head before he concussions out.
That.
And then bam, Dak in there.
Yeah, but I don't think. They're not going to pay. Miami's not. Even though they paid Tua, they're not going to pay Dak that almost more than what they just paid Tua. That's just unrealistic for the Miami Dolphins to do.
And besides, what'd you say? And the Cowboys are cheap.
But the Cowboys are cheap. We all know they're cheap. They're cheap. But people saying that they're saying Dak to the Raiders, and we need to stop this.
That's not
Dak to the Raiders.
I
got rid of Carr. Wish that.
We already got rid of Carr.
Jesus Christ! I don't want to wish that.
I don't want to wish that either. But I'm gonna just throw this out here.
I'll say it again.
One thing about our Las Vegas Raiders, in the history of the Las Vegas Raiders, don't the Raiders always reach? Don't we always reach for dumb shit like this?
Let me say it again. Let me say it again.
Only when Al was old.
Wait a minute.
Let me finish. When it comes to draft picks, we reach. Not lately, but in the history of us drafting, we reach. When it comes to free agency, we reach. Like we think, like, why do we pick this person in free agency when we have somebody that actually can be good for us? We don't go and get. Dak would be a reach. I don't see the Las Vegas Raiders paying him $60 million a year.
Why the hell would
But
you
I
pay
would
him
not be
like
surprised because it's fucking Mark Davis. He loves to spend money. He loves to spend money.
Mark,
So do I really want
is
Dak
smarter
Prescott
than
as
you
a
give him
Raiders
credit
quarterback?
for.
No. But will I be surprised that Mark Davis will pull this off?
Hell
I'm
no.
not surprised either.
It's not the route we're taking. All right. The only thing that pulls the Raiders towards a veteran quarterback is how good the defense is. Okay. The defense is top 5.
Agreed.
Right. So it's hard to waste that. If you've got a team that can be, a professional offense, then you are a serious contender to win when you have a defense that dominant. Right.
I get that.
So there is some of the whole, if we get a competent guy back there, we could put another statue in the trophy case, right? And it would be Mark's first. Now, right now, what they're pursuing is cheap quarterback model, right? And if you look at who we have to re-sign, Dak's not coming. Okay, we have to re-sign our own players. That's the model we're on right now. People are coming up that have to be brought back if we want to continue to have this defense. So it's going to be the cheap quarterback model. Whether it's Aiden or cheap on Gardner Minshew or draft pick next year. That is what we're set for. This roster is set for that.
If we draft a new quarterback next year, this is the Raiders' issue. As a fan, I am sick of the quarterback carousel. I'm sick.
We never draft quarterbacks at the top, dude. We never draft top quarterbacks. This is insane.
It's just like we have to be every year. We go into an offseason about who's going to be our goddamn quarterback. I'm tired of that.
We keep band-aiding. Stop signing dudes that are
like
okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo was a damn reach.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Instead of signing Jimmy Garoppolo, you just draft a quarterback.
You're making my case.
They're afraid of.
I'm saying draft a top quarterback. Where do all the Super Bowl quarterbacks come from?
If we lose this year, that's the only way we draft the top quarterback. If we are in the top
because
five or in the
if we
top
lose
10,
this year,
we're not going to be.
It would be because our quarterback is horrid, right? So that's how you end up with one of those top picks. So if he's not, then you don't.
So just answering this question, you predicting that we're going to have a top 5 pick or a top 10 pick by the end of the year?
Absolutely not. No, I think.
So where are we going to get a top quarterback in the draft at if we're not in top 5 or top 10?
So listen, you draft where you're at, right? It is what it is. If we have to trade up a little to get into one of the top, 4 or 5 quarterbacks that are coming out, there's some good ones, then you can do that. You can also get quarterbacks in mid-rounds that are successful. It's best to get the first overall pick to get a quarterback if you want a Super Bowl winner, but that's hard to do, right?
Yep.
But, you have to keep taking shots at quarterbacks and developing them. That's the thing. You got to draft one every year. You have to keep trying until you get it right. And you can't settle for mediocre for 9 years and not draft anybody behind him.
I understand this is a Dak conversation, but how long has the Raiders been trying to get a quarterback? For how many years now?
Since they blocked John Elway.
Since Jim Plunkett.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, people might ridicule me for this. I was a Carr fan. I was a Raiders fan first, but I did love Carr because he was probably the most not consistent, but he was the longest person there that actually held it at the helm at that time. Not going to lie there. But before him, we had quarterback issues. After him, we have quarterback issues.
So what does that tell you?
At this point, we always have a different offensive coordinator. We always have a different coaching staff. We always have a different offense every year. Now we have a consistent defense that we've been begging for years after year after year. We still have quarterback issues.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Typical Raiders. Typical. It's typical.
Well, it's how every team rebuilds. Is that you get one part that's really good, and then
I wouldn't say that. The Raiders had top 10 picks, and we went and got players that's not even on the team in this top 10. Like we went and got players that didn't even last a year. That was top 10 picks.
Jimmy Garoppolo, anyone?
John Gruden is one of the worst drafters I've ever seen. It's really bad. Yeah, he's actually worse than Al when he was old, which is
it just. I love Antonio Pierce, I do, and signing Gardner Minshew to 1 year. And Gardner, I understand Gardner Minshew does win football games in this league.
Mm-hmm.
He does. Mm-hmm. He could throw for 3,000 yards. He can do that. Mm-hmm. But if you want to look at stats, regular season stats, Dak Prescott is your guy. Unfortunately, I don't want it, but numbers don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
He's 74. He's 74 and 41 as a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
Those numbers lie.
That's a lie.
Those numbers
just because he doesn't have a winning record in the playoffs. We can say the same thing about the Raiders. When the last time we had a winning record in the playoffs? We can say we can keep something. To me, it's even.
I need to make a statement.
If we want a top 10 quarterback, if we want somebody that can throw for 4,000 yards and sling it, Dak Prescott is the best available for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Quarterbacks have some very specific things they have to do first and foremost in order to be successful. Quarterbacks must play well on third down in the final 2 minutes of each half and in the playoffs. If you don't do those things, you are not a good quarterback. I don't care what else you do, because those are prerequisites to winning football. He does not do those things, and therefore he is not a good quarterback.
The last 15 years didn't play well on third down, if that's the case.
Say that again.
He haven't had a good quarterback in a very long time.
Yeah, but
since 2016 Carr.
Third down.
In
the last 10 years, in the last 10 years or the last 15 years, Dak Prescott would be the best quarterback that we'll have. He will be.
No,
he will be.
No, and I mean that's not saying anything. That's like saying like in a room full of blind people, this guy has the best vision. Like
I'm not saying it, but if you look at the quarterbacks that we had outside of Derek Carr, who was better than Dak Prescott? Who was better than Dak Prescott?
They're like the same. Carr and Prescott is like it's like if Spider-Man and one's black. I don't know. They're like the same.
In the last 15 years, that was better than Dak Prescott. I will wait.
You're gonna be waiting a while.
Why is this better than? Oh, you know what? You're a Heat fan. Okay, what matters is that you win a championship.
This is what the Raiders do. They go out and get players. They overly draft. They reach and they overpay for players. This is what the Raiders stigma has came to as Mark Davis as the owner. Don't have nothing to do with the coaches. Don't have nothing to do with anything else. When it comes to the Las Vegas Raiders, when we went out and got Alex Leatherwood, when he was not even a first-round pick, and we got him in the first round.
John Gruden. Keep going.
A reach.
John Gruden. Yes. Bad at drafting.
Come on. It doesn't matter if it's John Gruden. It doesn't matter.
It does though, because he was really bad.
It doesn't matter if it's Josh McDaniels. It doesn't matter. We do not draft well, and we're not going to draft well next year. We're just not. We don't draft well. We don't do
we will draft well.
Free agency.
No. Certain people don't draft well
this year. Sorry.
See, you're. I understand that you're like caught in this view of only being, like aware when we were bad, and that's I'm sorry for you for that. And that's
not aware.
No, I get it. No, it's just an age thing, man. Like
when things are repetitive as an organization, you have to.
I get it. Like
you cannot beat around the bush. I am a realistic Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan since '98, and I have seen this.
I understand. I've been a Raider fan since 1980. We were actually good. No, I get it.
Oh my god!
Hold on. I understand being a Raider fan only when we were bad. But that's kind of what it's been. We've only been bad, right? So you don't know. But like these are some really bad GMs, exceptionally. We have had a period where we had old Al Davis and then a kind of a vacuum of leadership where we had a coach trade away picks for Carson Palmer when no one knows what was happening. Yeah. I mean, like it was bad, right? Like, and then Mark Mark learned how to be a good owner. No one in this league is going to help the Raiders or Mark Davis learn shit. Okay, he had to figure it out on his own. Dude was at PF Chang's, with Owners for Dummies book and shit, doing what he had to do. Okay, he did what he had to do. Got the stadium and a haircut. Now you listen here.
I would not be surprised.
Then he hired a real GM.
It's
an actual GM, and he's making picks like a GM makes picks.
It's
crazy.
Time.
A GM with experience.
Time.
With
Hold
experience.
up. Stop. He says, hold the phone. Stop. Penalty flag on the
I wouldn't
field.
be surprised if Dak is a. I'm telling you, don't be surprised when Dak is a Raider next year. I don't want him to be.
Heavens.
I don't want him to be. I'm saying it as me. I don't want Dak Prescott. But
Dak's going to be
the
a
Raiders
Jet,
don't go with
guys,
the Raiders don't do what
Aaron's
the
gonna
fans want. The
flail
Raiders
out.
do what the Raiders want to do.
And then you guys will do your whole East Coast bias thing and be like, the Jets are going to get, and then he'll get Dak, and it'll be a big story.
What East
Dak
Coast
to the Jets.
bias?
What? I'm sorry. Did you serious? Oh boy.
What East Coast bias?
I'm gonna go to my phone now. Are you're serious?
I'm going to have to get out of here.
Live on the West Coast. There's no East Coast bias over here.
Bullshit.
On the West Coast. It's different on the West Coast.
Bullshit.
Okay.
No East Coast bias over there, right? Don't you ever in life, Darion, tell that lie again.
What is
East Coast bias? I don't know, covering certain stuff because you're too tired to pay attention to other stuff that's playing later with other teams.
I'm a Raider fan.
Talking about the Jets all day, like we care about the Jets. The Jets haven't won in 150 freaking years. Nobody cares.
I lived in Oakland, California, and my family's over there, and they were Raider fans, and I'm still a Raider fan now.
Stop telling me about the Knicks. No one cares about the Knicks. The Knickerbockers.
What the Knicks got to do with anything?
Here they are. The New York Knickerbockers haven't won since 1973. All right.
East Coast. It's nothing. I don't even like the goddamn Knicks. I don't even like New York.
But you know the whole roster, don't you?
I don't know the roster for New York. I don't care for New York. I don't care for New York. I don't even care for the Philadelphia Eagles. I wear my Raiders shit all the time in Philadelphia.
Listen,
all the time.
This is how East Coast bias is. He named some teams. The only one from the West Coast was the Raiders.
Oh, now only one team on the West Coast. I thought the Lakers was on the West Coast too.
You said the Lakers. It's the first time in 2 hours.
The Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Dodgers,
he can name
the Angels. Do I have to keep going?
Do you cover them?
Why would I cover a team that I don't? Why would I cover West Coast teams that I don't like? Are you serious? What? Hold up. Who covers the fucking Oakland A's? Please. Nobody covers the A's.
I don't know, but you might want to cover the Dodgers, the best team in baseball for like the last, decade.
I don't even cover baseball. I don't cover baseball.
Only because you can't pronounce the names.
I don't cover baseball because baseball is a long ass boring sport.
It's very boring.
It's very boring.
Yeah.
It's too damn long of a sport. Even with the pitch clock, is still boring.
I know. Just speed it up. Just put the Dodgers in the thing so we can have a bye, and then like we always do. Come on, let's go. Hurry up.
That's what I'm doing.
And no one will cover it. They'll steal our World Series, and no one will care because we don't exist.
Listen. You can talk baseball with that person over there. I'm out of it. I'm tapped out. When it comes to baseball, I'm tapped out. I don't know shit about it.
Don't tell that lie.
I don't.
Notre Dame. Why are we talking about Notre Dame? East Coast bias.
Notre Dame? Ain't Indiana in the Midwest?
It's East Coast.
Kind of. It's not really
it's the time zone stuff. No one cares about Notre Dame.
And this is how, folks, this is how
they have their own channel.
Folks, This is how the show started when we were talking about Notre Dame 120 minutes ago.
Nobody talks about Notre Dame, please.
We did for 10 minutes.
Hey,
Yeah, because you told your whole story about how you want Northwestern to beat their ass, and you got ridiculed about that.
I
didn't
also
Napoleon
got free
Harris
food off of
go
that
to
win,
Northwestern that year? Was Napoleon Harris there at Northwestern?
No,
that
Napoleon Harris
time?
graduated.
He already graduated?
Because,
Nice.
yeah, he was a year prior because the big back at Northwestern at that time was Darnell Autry.
Yeah.
But overall, yo, the fact that he said
We
the
need
Pittsburgh
to.
Steelers
There are
is
going to
wearing
be
me
some
out right
shorts,
now.
folks. If you don't catch the podcast version of this show or the shorts on the Darion Hopkins Sports Show YouTube page, I guarantee you need to catch this one because they're going to be. I'm preparing for tomorrow night for tomorrow's game because I know my wife's due home in a little bit, so I'm hanging out with y'all to the end. Darion, I say this playfully, and I say this with all the love in my heart. First of all, Darion, I love you dearly, but you started this shit.
No, I did not.
I'm just hot beavers. I'm just being me.
Number one, I asked the question: will Dak Prescott move on from the Dallas Cowboys? But you gotta blame the comments.
You started this,
bro.
Yeah. Here's the problem. You pushed the button and started this shit.
What did I do?
Darion started this shit.
Look, Anthony Price was trolling. Dak would be a Giant next year, or Dak be a Raider next year. Yeah. That's Anthony Price pulling that shit. Look, who's the next tight end to come out of the Raiders getting them? Trolling.
Okay. Now we fighting. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Okay, I see you. Yeah. Who you like? I don't even know who you like yet, but I'm gonna start talking shit.
He likes.
Mm-hmm. Are you a Giants fan? You got like negative tight ends. Your tight end retired. Retired.
He's an Oregon Duck fan.
Oh. I don't have anything to say. I mean, it's the Ducks. What color is your jersey this year? Today,
Commanders fan, ain't you? You a Commanders fan?
As my wife says best to me when I make her laugh so hard, her stomach hurts. Quit that shit. My stomach hurts. Between Darion going off several times and Coach down below. Wait a minute. And Coach down below just zinging people right and left while
blame.
I get.
Wait a minute. Comments. I wasn't even
flames.
I wasn't even looking at my. I gotta be honest. I wasn't even looking at my screen. I was getting stuff ready and preparing stuff in another program. And then Coach just starts zinging people, and I'm leaning back here in this chair, cracking up. Like I said, y'all, there are going to be some shorts from this show that y'all need to watch. Oh my God!
Listen,
you started this shit.
Thank the chat. Look, see.
Can we bet Raiders will draft a tight end next year?
You see what I'm talking about? You see
know
what
what
I'm talking about?
You know what?
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's
I'm
my
just
only
minding
comment.
my business. I'm just minding my business.
Bullshit. You were big. You had a spoon.
No.
Do I have to break down the 12 personnel of why we have our tight end?
Looked at the comments.
Yes.
I should have never looked at the comments.
What? You know what? Don't tell that lie. Wait a minute. Darion always says this. I should have never looked at the comments, which you're going to do anyway.
You know, I tried not to. You see, I wasn't pulling it. You know, I want to put up the comments for a while. This whole show, I wasn't doing it.
Let me invoke a little Bill Cosby here because I borrowed this from 1996. Darion says, I should never have looked at the comments, which is a lie.
I don't really look at the comments, though, Snowman. Come on.
Which is a lie.
I don't.
Which is a lie.
Jesus Christ. lies. It's not a lie.
It is a lie.
It's not a lie.
You know damn well it's a lie.
Nah.
Because if it was not a lie, you wouldn't have steam coming out of your earphones, you wouldn't have steam coming out of your nose, and you wouldn't utter
My steam started when mainstream media made Aaron Rodgers an elite quarterback. That's when my steam started. That's exactly when my steam started.
Touche. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Did Aaron Rodgers piss in your Cheerios this morning, or what happened?
You know what?
No,
I
it's
think
just
Darion Hopkins.
I'm just tired of.
Wait a minute. I think D-Hop got a beer this morning to get started.
No, actually, I didn't.
And then news of Aaron Rodgers showed up and it pissed in his beer.
It just
It just set him off.
because it just brought back memories. That's why it brought back memories. Because
are you like a Vikings fan or something? Or?
No. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why.
I'm sorry.
Because this is where I separate the realistic Raider fan and the non-realistic Raider fans.
Oh,
like what I have to do
when
every
it came
morning is
down
dealing with a
to Aaron
Cowboys.
Rodgers supposedly being traded to us, that would piss me off.
Why?
Really? For the purpose of what? Why?
Because like it's Aaron Rodgers, he has not won shit. And he probably would have had the same Achilles tendon if he was with the Las Vegas Raiders. It wouldn't have been no different. Let's just be realistic here.
He won
And
a Super Bowl.
not giving up. We wouldn't have went to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers.
But he already won one of those.
He won one of those in the last 12 years.
You're talking about Dak? Aaron Rodgers would be the best quarterback we ever had.
I think y'all don't understand my logic with Dak. Do I want Dak as a quarterback? No. But would the Raiders pull it off and go get Dak? Yes.
No.
Oh, that's
if
what
they
I'm saying.
If they pull that,
if they pull that off, I
minute.
won't be surprised because I've seen it so many times where
if they pull that
in
off,
the history of the Raiders, we see we go get players that we overpay for. We just do that.
And if they pull that off, D-Hop's next 3 words, thank you, Mel Blanc, for these.
Ooh, I'm dying.
But I'm not saying I'm saying I don't want Dak. I don't want him. I don't want the Raiders to pay that kind of money. I don't want them to do that. I don't want Dak Prescott next year. I don't. And I'm putting that on paper. I don't want Dak Prescott. But I won't be surprised if the Raiders do it. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to expectations with the Raiders and stuff that they do, I just keep my mouth shut because whatever happens, happens.
I'm gonna trust the process when it comes to that. This is the thing, like, it would be
now,
surprising
where have I
to
heard
me.
that before? He said, "Trust the process."
Can we use a different word? Can we use something different, bro?
Were you a Sixers fan? I used to be a Sixers fan. I'm sorry about that.
He said, "Trust the process."
I'll have faith in management.
That's not what you said.
When it comes down to it,
that's not what you said.
Trust the process. I think that keep the focus. Trust the process. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, that worked out, didn't it? Oh man. So
you know what? You could not have timed that any better. You could not have timed or said that any better to elicit the
Darion
reaction.
Hopkins Sports Show. That's what I feel.
What?
This is gang up on Darion Hopkins on the Darion Hopkins Show.
We're not ganging up on you.
It's mostly just me by myself, and he laughs.
No, Brian. Brian's right with you on that because I see it.
I'm sitting back here. Listen, I'm not ganging up on anybody. I'm just sitting back here listening to Coach zing your ass, and I'm laughing at you at the same time. That's it.
Okay, that's what you think, but okay.
Okay. Like,
would you be surprised if the Raiders go get Daniel Jones? We're not getting no goddamn Daniel Jones. Shit.
Okay. So this is Daniel Jones.
Okay.
That's overpaid.
All right. This is the only time I was
overpaid.
Yeah. Now you want to talk about somebody that's overpaid? That's Daniel Jones.
That's Daniel Jones. Yes, it is.
We are in this weird position though, guys, because we want to develop a quarterback. That's the big plan. So it would be surprising if we ditched that plan. That's what would surprise me. But we also have to remember, like, if the defense performs the way we think, then we are just like a kind of game manager away from, being in the Super Bowl. The Niners have Brock Purdy, and he manages games. He makes plays outside the pocket. He protects the football, and look where they're at, right? They've got a good scheme and a good defense. You can go all the way to winning the whole damn thing, with a mediocre game manager and a top defense. So at what point do we start to be like, hold your nose, put a quarterback in, and let the defense do what it does, right? So that's going to be the question.
We'll talk about it more on the Raider podcast, especially with the whole quarterback situation there, because training camp is this week. The Raiders play on Saturday against the Vikings on I think it's what,
Is it
4
going to be
o'clock
another
Eastern time, if I'm not mistaken.
Is
I think it's
it
4
going to
o'clock
be
Eastern
another
time.
three? Is it going to be another 3-0 game?
No.
You know what?
Is it going to be another 3-0 game? Is it going to be one of those that urinating tree separates as the greatest game?
No.
we laugh at this
I
shit
hate
for 20
urinating tree.
minutes?
I can't stand his ass. I can't.
Why? I think he's funny as shit,
His
man.
videos are so annoying.
But they're funny. To me, they're funny.
No. When your voice is annoying, I'm trying to listen to you in my headphones. I have to go like this and be like, "Fuck this shit. I don't want to hear it." No.
Okay.
He's annoying.
But you still listen.
I listened for 5 seconds, then I turned the shit off because his voice is just that annoying.
Now you cannot tell that lie with that steam coming out of your nose.
Ain't no steam here. I just think urinating tree is. You look like a urinating tree. That's exactly what he looks like.
I think he's fucking hilarious. I think he's hilarious with some of the things that he comes up with, and I subsequently use. But like I said, y'all, there's going to be a ton of shorts from this show, a ton. Especially
if I had the time to put the shorts together. If I had the time,
he'll make the time.
There'll be cuts.
He'll cut.
I'll make cuts.
I just gave you one big.
It's called AI.
A couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it's
I don't trust AI.
ago, I gave you one big fat secret.
It's called open clips. That's exactly what's going to happen.
And you're gonna have all your cuts done in 30 minutes.
I wouldn't say 30 minutes. I'll say an hour. I say an hour.
You're gonna have all your cuts done in 30 minutes.
We're doing these will be some cut supremes. Cuts with
B-roll
and
lots of B-roll. There's gonna be some B-roll. There's gonna be some B-roll like a son bitch.
I'm that great at shorts now. I'm still learning how to use them damn B-rolls. I'm learning.
Yeah. You should do a.
I'm not gonna sit there and lie to you. It might be some B-rolls, but it might not be
some
because I'm still learning how to do them.
Some.
Okay, you should.
Some.
Who are we talking? Who are we talking about here?
That's only probably like 4. So some.
Some.
Yeah. We all learning, man. We're all just learning for real. So like.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. We are.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Some. You can't get more natural than that, man.
You know what? If you snowman,
what?
I can't.
Yes, you did.
I can't. I'm not doing this with you today. I'm not.
I didn't say anything. What did I say?
But yo, you know what? You lucky. I'm just not going to meet you right now.
Why?
All right. One last question for you.
One last question, and then we gonna head out.
All right. What about trying to get Hendon Hooker next year?
You're despicable.
Hello?
I'm asking the Tennessee fan, actually.
Huh?
Person who actually knows.
I when you asked that question, I think he I think he had to take a call because someone actually catch him off guard.
No, it's actually called him. Yeah. No, but
someone actually called him. When repeat your question again, Coach.
Yeah, repeat the question.
The question is, you've had some nice things to say about the player. He may become available next season. Is Hendon Hooker a viable option as a developmental quarterback for the Raiders?
You're despicable.
Yeah, I think he can be.
Thank you, Tennessee fan who actually watches.
Tennessee football, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I think he can be.
Tiger uppercut.
I mean, it's going to be, they will keep Aiden O'Connell. We don't know if we won't have Gardner Minshew next year. The quarterback room is going to look completely different next year. So I'm not going to rule out Hitting Hooker.
Hendon
I'm not
Hooker
going to
should
rule
be
it
your
out.
starter. Hendon Hooker should be your starter.
My only issue with Hitting Hooker is that we don't have enough tape from him in Detroit. One, and two, how is he off that knee injury? Because we haven't seen enough tape to see how healthy he is.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the only two concerns that I have. But other than that, I will see him as an option. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I would take him. I would take him before Dak Prescott.
Yes. Thank you.
I agree. I agree.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I absolutely agree with that.
I don't want Dak Prescott because he's going to want that $60 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, Raiders just love to spend money. They do. They love to spend money. But I just hope next year Dak is not even a goddamn option for us. That's all I'm saying. Don't let it be
like it's not a Telesco thing. He doesn't do that. He likes to draft quarterbacks. So.
And he likes to overpay because with the Chargers, he had the worst salary cap there too.
That wasn't his fault. The owner's son was involved in some of that and messed it all up for him. So that's
fucked it.
Yeah, but Hooker, I like that. I kind of like that option. Still young, just got to get some experience under his belt in live play. That's all.
Young. He was like 34 when he got drafted, right, or something like that. 34, 35.
Damn, 34?
That's 35. I don't remember.
Wait.
It was old.
Wait, what? That would be crazy.
No, he was like 28. I swear to you. Like, right? 29 or something. That was Brandon Whedon.
That was Brandon Whedon.
Brandon Whedon was like 29.
He was 20.
No, Henry was like 26. I think.
Getting drafted.
Wait, he said 34.
Goes crazy.
What?
Something like that.
This man said 30.
He seemed old. He had like a pension. T-Row Price or something. It was...
he had his retirement plan.
He did. He was all
Smith Bonnie. They made
well invested and stuff. I was like, wow.
They
oh my God.
He kept his dresser clean all the time. I was like, man.
Not his dresser clean. What?
This is definitely going on the B-roll, folks.
Listen, I don't want my face in this reel when it comes to Hitting Hooker being 34 years old getting drafted. It's definitely going to be on
Well, the evidence is already out there. For those who tuned in, they already saw your face.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're just waiting on you to do the right thing and cut the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah. When it comes to Hitting Hooker being at 34 years old,
dude, you got to cut that one. That's got to be one of your main cuts. You got to cut that one.
Oh, yeah.
Have we seen the birth certificate, though? I mean, just saying. Hey,
have we seen proof of his age?
Lord Jesus.
I mean, do we actually have contact?
I remember Raul Mondesi was like 28, and then like 2 years later he retired. He was like 40. Like,
yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he gained 12. He gained 12 years. He gained 12 years toward retirement in 2 years and got all the benefits.
Yep. It's crazy.
Will that happen for him? Will that happen for Hendon Hooker too?
I don't know.
Do we actually have contact with the hospital?
Is he from Cuba? Because for Cuba, they just pick any.
We actually talked about this.
Yeah, we hit this early in the show.
We hit this earlier in the show. Just to brief update you, we just, at the end of the day, this person that woman was born female, not transgender. She was born with more testosterone than estrogen. Father confirmed that. At the end of the day, the person is a woman. The girl was just not tough enough to be a boxer at the 46 seconds at this point. Right. It wasn't a disadvantage at all. And it was just an excuse to try to throw it out there. And she tried to make it seem like now she wants to apologize. that she put it out there.
Wait a minute. Wait. Just a minute. Now we spent a whole bunch of time today talking about Tennessee athletics, right? Thompson Bowling Arena, Neyland Stadium, the checkerboard, and I forgot I had this. And just to
I will say,
and
those uniforms are cold. Just cold.
And just to piss off Darion a little more.
Don't. So at the end of the day,
that's Georgia. That was Georgia.
At the end of the day, that's just what it is. That's just what it is.
Carson Beck. It's going to be interesting to watch him.
Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah, he's my QB1 right now.
Same. And since Darion mentioned the San Diego Chargers,
don't play please.
Too late.
Is this disco? Yeah, baby.
It's disco with a lot of funk in it. There you go, D.
Oh, they should be ashamed of themselves. Sweet God. This is their song, proudly. And they wear baby blue like it's okay.
Yes. When Jack Murphy Stadium,
there's only 12 Chargers fans. They're like
only. And I know one of the 12. That's the crazy.
They go door to door trying to convince people to become Chargers fans, but no one makes their pamphlets.
I think
or even answers the door because.
Wait a minute. I think they were doing that in 1980 when they somehow got to the AFC Championship game, and then Raymond Chester ruined all of that.
Oh,
off a deflection.
Yeah,
you remember that, don't you?
I remember when they.
It was 3rd and 4. The Chargers came with a blitz, and Plunkett was
talking about the Chargers. We're not talking about no damn.
Let me finish.
We're not talking no. Will you
let me finish? Damn it!
No, we're not talking about the Chargers on this show. The Chargers can't even charge up themselves.
Will you let me finish the play, please?
No.
Well, I'm gonna finish it anyway. On a 3rd and 4, Plunkett dropped a throw. Chargers came with a blitz. They didn't get home. Plunkett let it go. It was tipped. And then Raymond Chester made a one-handed catch and took it the rest of the distance for the Raiders.
We do not want to talk about a team that can't even charge themselves up as a team. They like an iPhone charger with no
Then describe.
They don't have one of these. How you charging? You don't have one of these. You're not charging shit.
So,
like I said, if it's defective, you should just throw it away. That's what you do with a bad charger. Just toss
Enough said.
They're cheap. So.
You pitch it in the trash and it's gone. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Little lightning bolts
God.
And stuff when you throw it away, and you just that's it.
Oh my God, this was hilarious.
But we gonna head out of here because this is one of the best episodes of season 2. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the best one we've done in a long time.
It's just general talk, So it's conversational, it's fun, debates, everything of that nature. Probably, I'm happy that we didn't talk about Jalen Hurts. I didn't want to talk about that shit anyway. I didn't want to talk about that shit anyway.
Why? What are you worried about?
I didn't want to talk about Jalen Hurts being an MVP candidate because I just don't see.
Are you worried because he's probably?
Let me ask a question. What do y'all think was the best topic we talked about today? Because I got to say, I got to say it's a tie.
I think it's a tie too. I think it's between the Dream Team.
Yep.
And Dak Prescott. Yeah.
Oh, three-way tie. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Three-way tie. Because the moment Darion mentioned Aaron Rodgers, you saw. I tell you what,
Yeah.
does anybody remember the old TV show, The Incredible Hulk?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Darion when Aaron Rodgers
That's
came
it.
up.
The
Oh,
green glint in
when
his
he
eye.
did-
Like,
Yup.
Yes,
See
when
it.
Bill Bixby turned and you saw those green contacts come out, and then Lou Ferrigno pop out of nowhere, that was D. that was D when the subject of Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers is not an elite quarterback.
It's amazing.
Yes. But
That
make
was
sure
a
y'all
Hulk
go
smash.
support
Wait,
the Snow Strong Foundation via Cash App at Tallman Dr. K 50. Make sure y'all go support that. Y'all see my Cash App as well, which is at $ D Hopkins Show. If y'all do want to donate, everything goes back into the channel for the Darion Hopkins Sports Show. So for Snowman in the Morning, what you got coming up, next, for your channel?
Lots of we're into football now. We're going to be talking a lot of football, and I got a couple special guests coming on to talk some college football as we'll look at the ACC tomorrow morning.
Well, if you want to throw it out there to them, let them know I'm looking for people for a college football show for Saturday mornings. So,
beat you to it. I'm already there.
Dude, I'm here. What are you looking for?
Okay.
I mean, it just can't be you though.
Do you need anything else?
It just can't be you though, man. Okay. I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, my boy Hobby is definitely a working man when it comes to the content creation. He is. I'm not gonna lie.
Time out.
What? I'm trying to end the show. We 2 hours and 30 minutes in, man.
But it was the way you said with a straight damn face. It can't just be you though.
Listen. I didn't mean that. I just said it with a straight. I just had a regular face.
Which is a lie.
No, man, stop. Stop. I already know what you're getting at here. Stop.
But I didn't say anything.
OG, it's fine.
Tiger uppercut.
Well, of course, you want to be a part of it. We could talk on the back end on that one. So I do want you and 3 other people though. Just from one person from one person from each of the top conferences.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be real good.
So at least I get a Big Ten or I'm not really Big Ten, SEC.
I can get you for the Big Ten.
If you get me for the Big Ten, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'll be following.
I'll probably represent the SEC.
Technically, I'm USC, so I guess that's Big Ten.
Oh yeah, boom. Damn, unfortunately.
The logistics are going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it, man.
But Hobby, what you got coming up next on your channel, and let people know where they can see you at.
Yeah, come on over to Raider Nation Hotspot YouTube. You can find me all over social. Hot Beavers. We got episode 2 of Hot Mess, which is crazy and funny, and we're going over kind of the whole Kermit debacle and the way the media took a look at that and what that means and what the Al Davis Raider way really is, and what that means for how we treat our rivals and how we dominate. Right. So yeah, it's fun stuff. And then working with got some live streams of Raider D and highlights. We're going to be going over previewing each of the teams. We'll be out at the Raiders practice on the 20th. You guys can watch that, and we'll be at the stadium a lot. And so you never know who will pop in for a live stream, players and stuff like that. So yeah,
I have since subscribed to your channel because I got the feeling I'm gonna wind up loving the coverage.
Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, he does do great coverage though.
Let me throw y'all some flowers before we get on out of here. This is one of the best shows I've been a part of in a long time. And I mean every word of that.
awesome.
Because it seems like every time Darion gets mad at a subject, we are on the floor laughing.
His anger is so funny looking.
It is. It is very funny.
Especially when subjects of the Miami Heat, the Philadelphia 76ers, and Aaron Rodgers show up like they all did today. And I'm looking at Raider Nation's Hotspots channel now, and I'm looking at the preview, and there's a clip that came in, and all we see is him just like shaking his head with. It's your hot mess episode one trailer.
Episode 1. Yeah.
I mean,
Make sure y'all go check out the hot mess too. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Yes, the hot mess is gonna be a hot mess, and I'm here for it, and I'm gonna love every minute of it. Just with that shaking the head of folks, check out the Raider Nation.
You notice he did that shaking the head a lot today too. So peep it.
But it's this preview right here where something happened, and then all you see it cuts to him, and he's just like a disappointed father at a kid that brings home bad grades or something like that.
Damn.
This is
from a father's This is from a father's standpoint.
I'm a dad, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you get it.
Yeah. Got to have a serious dad face.
That right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't do it because I'm laughing too much.
It's an upside down smile, like smiles reverse. Yeah.
And half of one eye is closed as you're looking at your children with the back. You're reading the
scowl.
Wait a minute. You see a little bit of scowl. You're holding the card like this, and you're just reading it, and you're. One of the eyes is closed.
The perpetual head shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nothing's good.
Make sure y'all go follow my boy Brian Snow, Snowman in the Morning. You know I'm surprised you wasn't on this morning, surprisingly, but I know
I got home late, and I got home.
When you see Snowman in the Morning preview, you'll definitely know you definitely getting one hell of a show on Snowman in the Morning.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all follow him on all social media, Snowman Multimedia, on all social media platforms. Same thing for Hot Beavers, which is Raider Nation Hotspot. Make sure y'all go check him out over there. And
become a hot shot.
We gotta go. We can follow me on all social medias as well at Hopkins Show. Tomorrow, make sure y'all tune in on the Nothing But Raider Podcast YouTube channel. 8:00 Eastern Standard Time is already set up, and that's gonna be our first episode. We're just talking all Raiders. We're gonna have my man All Aboard A Raiders on there. We're gonna have my boy Shakeback Media Group. He's gonna be on there. We're gonna have a nice little panel talking Raiders football. It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be very interesting to watch. It's gonna be fun, folks.
It's gonna be dope. It's definitely gonna be dope.
I enjoyed it, gentlemen. I enjoyed it very, very much.
This was awesome.
But
Thanks for having me.
Just make sure y'all subscribe to all of them. Hit the like buttons. Support what they doing, man. It's some good people out here doing some great quality work. Go out and support them. So we all trying to make it big some way, somehow. No matter how we do it, it's just gonna happen. So
yes, it is.
It's gonna happen. So support people that support you at the end of the day. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to head out because I know I got to work on these shorts according to Brian Snow, and I got to go work on these shorts. But make sure y'all check this audio podcast out on the Block 105 Radio Wednesday night. I'm gonna have to condense this because I only can have an hour show on there, so I'm gonna
keep the Aaron Rodgers rant.
What you say? Cut the Aaron Rodgers rant.
Keep it.
I'll keep it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put the most interesting topics.
Keep the Aaron Rodgers rant and the USA team, the Team USA debate sold the show. All right?
Okay. Yep. If that takes up most of the hour, then I'm putting that, and I'm not putting nothing else on there.
Yes.
But until then, y'all. Until next time, salute to y'all, and we'll see y'all. Probably not the rest of the week, but because I'm doing live play-by-plays on this channel all week. So see y'all later. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. We out, and I'll see y'all on the next live stream or in the next video. Darion Hopkins Sports Show. We out.
Listen up, sports fans. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. We've also got hundreds of new casino games, including the coolest new European slots, and our live dealers are waiting for you at the table. Sign up at BetUS.com today to get into the action. BetUS, where the game begins.